Live from the Ali Gymnasium on the campus of Nevada Union High School, Touchdown Productions, celebrating 10 years of local high school sports television, is proud to present the Lady Miners Road to the Playoffs. Tonight, your undefeated 2006 defending section champion Nevada Union Lady Miners take on their SFL rival, the Rocklin Lady Thunder. Right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. The defending section Lady Champion Miners remain undefeated, and only one team stands in their way of their first championship in the new look SFL. Good evening, volleyball fans, wherever you are across our Foothill network of stations. I'm Gil Dominguez, along with special color analyst tonight, Cody Reeves, joining us high up in the booth. Our producer-director tonight is Brandon Duckett, and of course the rest of the Touchdown Productions sports team is on hand for tonight's pivotal SFL contest, because only really one team could ever do any damage to the Lady Miners this season, and that's the Rocklin Lady Thunder. And first off, Cody, welcome to the show again.
Thank you. It's good to be back, Gil.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've donned the headsets here and joined us for a telecast. And what a great game we're going to have tonight. Two of the top teams in the SFL.
Yeah, this is really excellent. Actually, fortunately for us, looking at the stats and everything, it looks like the worst that we could do, if we lose our last two season games, NU would be tied for first place. So that's a wonderful place to be. So tonight is about trying to sink in outright championship.
And, of course, keep alive their 64-game league winning streak dating back to when Ali Daly was a freshman. So impressive numbers right there. And we'll take a look at those standings and talk more about tonight's telecast after we remind you that the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten tonight by Hanson Brothers Construction and HBE Rentals. Rental manager Craig Arthur wants you to know that HBE Rentals is a full-service rental facility in Grass Valley with a selection of tools and equipment that you need to get the job done right. They carry only the best from Caterpillar, John Deere, Bobcat, and Kubota, and it's all waiting for you at Hanson Brothers Construction and HBE Rentals.
And, of course, Weaver Auto and Truck Center. Tom and Matt Weaver have created a unique automotive facility serving the automotive needs of the community just like they have for the past 13 years. They have the latest technology from Buick, Pontiac, GMC, Jeep, and Cadillac, and the new state-of-the-art service center is ready for warranty work on your Chevrolet cars as well. Weaver Auto and Truck Center.
And by Suburban Propane. Suburban Propane, everywhere that they play volleyball in the foothills, in Grass Valley, Auburn, and in Colfax. They've built their name and reputation on customer service, and that's why they've been named Nevada County's best propane company. Nothing's more important than delivering propane your way at Suburban Propane.
And, of course, the Casey Wood Corporation. The Casey Wood Corporation has been serving the needs of the professional contractor since 1990 with construction-grade lumber products for framing and plywood siding. They're also your source for custom doors and windows. And Kevin Casey is proud to donate his time as this year's president of the NU Football Booster Club. That's Casey Wood Corporation.
Yeah, I saw Kevin tonight, talked to him. His daughter's on the freshman volleyball team, so he was taking in some volleyball action here at the new Ali Gymnasium. And, of course, by Touchdown Productions, celebrating a decade of local sports television. Gil Dominguez along with Cody Reeves saying thanks for joining us tonight all across our Foothill network of stations as we continue to present the 2006 volleyball season right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. So as we were saying, it's lots of thunder this week. This must be Thunder Week at Nevada Union, as tonight the Lady Miners host the Rocklin Thunder, and then tomorrow night the boys take on the Elk Grove Thundering Herd. So lots of thunder, but no rain, thank goodness, as we get ready to close out the Lady Miner volleyball season. This will be the last home game for them, and so that always means senior night, Cody, and tonight we'll be honoring senior Kara Erdman for her contributions to the volleyball program.
Yeah, she is one dedicated gal, and she has been looking around colleges, and I think she's leaning a little bit toward Cal State East Bay and talking to her mom And she's had some visits there and is looking forward to perhaps playing for them.
Well, that's great. Anytime our kids can go on and have another year, 2 or 4 of volleyball or whatever the sport is, and go move on to that next level. Always tough, though, because everybody's an all-star there. Everybody's all-league. Everybody's everything as they move on. But tonight it's the Rocklin Thunder as they come in for their first visit to the Ali Gymnasium in the newly revamped Sierra Foothill League. And Cody, the first time that they played Rocklin, I'm sure you were down there at the game at Rocklin High School, and Lady Miners dispatched them fairly quickly, 3-0.
Yeah, that first game was a little close and impressive. The Rocklin, I think it was the boys football team, was down there really cheering them on. They were pretty close, and then NU pulled it out at the end. I think they just kind of got deflated, and NU pretty much just cleaned them out the last 2 games.
Well, sometimes the Lady Miners do start slow, but they've been consistent all season, and of course that outstanding group of juniors led by a number of girls on the roster have all gotten better and better each and every year. And, if you can't beat them in their junior year, Cody, I highly doubt anybody's going to beat them in their senior year.
Oh, that's going to be a problem because there are no starters that are graduating this year. So these girls are just going to have 1 extra year of varsity play under their belts, playing together on the varsity level. It's fairly daunting. In fact, I overheard one of the referees last week said the other team coming and saying, these girls look like they're already defeated, just because I think the intimidation factor of NU's strength.
Just showing up here at the Ally. So, Duckett, let's go ahead and take a look at those standings, if you will, and we'll show everybody where we're at here as we enter into the final week of league play. The playoffs begin on November 7th, and we'll discuss the power rankings as well. But there you see the current Sierra Foothill League standings. It's 22-4 overall, Nevada Union, with Rocklin right behind them, 26-7, 8-2 in league, and Nevada Union 10-0 in league. So that's a pretty impressive streak, like we were saying before the game. 64 consecutive league wins. Doesn't matter what league the Lady Miners are in, the Capital Athletic League, the Metro League, Sierra Foothill League. They just keep rolling and rolling. Followed by Wood Creek, who is a real competitor this year. Wood Creek handing Rocklin a couple losses. 1 loss was out of league play, though. So Rocklin's 2 losses are against Nevada Union and Wood Creek last week. Had they not lost to Wood Creek, Cody, this would have been the Sierra Foothill Championship game, because Rocklin would have been the only team to could have challenged them.
That's true, and but that's not the way it is. In fact, Rocklin's hope is to actually battle for Wood Creek's hope is to battle for 2nd place.
So Granite Bay follows up after that, 5-6. Oakmont 4-7. Del Oro 3-7, and of course Roseville bringing up the rear. They're having a tough season at 0-10. That's the Lady Miners' next game. And if Lady Miners lose to Roseville in the final game, then you've got a scoop, I think.
I think it's unusual. One thing I will notice in being in the Sierra Foothill League, the quality of play has certainly increased a measurable amount. A lot of these girls are playing club during the year, and the competition is a lot better. So I think that's preparing us for the ultimate goal, which is to return to state championship.
Well, a return to the championship game. Lady Miners not able to win the championship game the one time that they went down there. And actually, when we were talking to the St. Francis coach, their victory last year at state was the first time that any Sacramento team has won down there. And, of course, this year the state championships are San Jose.
Yes.
So it's even not much of a road trip to go down there and check out all the great volleyball action. But there's a lot of volleyball between here and now. Like I said, playoffs begin on the 7th. Lady Miners right now currently the #1 seed in the volleyball power rankings in Division I, followed by Lodi, Turlock, and Yuba City, which is great for Yuba City because they are a team that's really on the rise, handling the Lady Miners there. One of their only losses this season in a foundation game early in the season. So as we were saying, it's a senior night tonight. Oh, I might want to mention In Division II, which Rocklin plays in, we didn't print it out, but in talking to Coach Muscarella, they're the number 4 seed right now. So good for them. They're going to have a couple home playoff games should they be able to hold that number 4 position. And so certainly some home court volleyball action for the Lady Thunder is in store. But tonight they're going up against one of the premier teams in all of Northern California. It's the Nevada Union Lady Miners. An outstanding front line awaits to send the ball back toward them with Reeves, McAtee, Woodruff, and of course the addition of Maraldi. And I don't think you can underestimate the addition of Maraldi this year to that front line.
No, she's really strong. Stephanie Bain graduated last year and left quite a gap. And what we find is Maraldi has been so strong and athletic. I think she's the tallest one on the team.
And now we're going to be honoring our lone senior this year, senior on the varsity team, Kara Erdman. And the seniors from Rocklin as well. Oh, he's going through the entire introductions here. So they're treating this as a big-time game with player introductions. Kelsey Elston right there coming on the court. She's one of the ones that we were told to watch, middle hitter. She's going to play big for them. Number 10 is Macie Cooper, another outstanding player. This Rocklin team really loaded with talent, and they've won the section title many years ago. So Coach Muscarella looking to get back to the section title at some point. And, of course, they play in Division II, so that's a little bit lower competition. Not much, though. Not much separating Division I and Division II.
Some people might even argue that the Division II teams are sometimes even stronger because they're in the more suburban areas, and certainly some of the competition we've seen in weekend tournaments, those Division II teams are very strong.
Well, I don't think you're going to get much argument from too many people that the Lady Miners just have had a dominating half a decade of excellence here. And they are really poised for one more year.
You know, and you brought up Allie Daly, and I think a lot of the impression was, oh, well, we've got Allie Daly, and so, of course, she is why we are so strong. And I think it was a testament to Bob Rogers and Larry Peterson's program here that when Allie graduates, we still were the runner-up for Northern California. And it just says it's not just Allie. It was really the program and the girls.
It was the program and the girls, and you don't win volleyball games just by with one player alone, and Allie certainly was and is and continues to be a dominating player at the collegiate level. But she really set the standards high, and these girls did learn a lot from her when she was here. And she used to have a saying, we're only giving them 3 games. And these Lady Miners have held true.
There's our senior, Kara Erdman.
As she gets introduced, congratulated by all the coaches. There's some nice flowers for her. And Kara been a part of volleyball here, and really some great memories for her. What a happy picture that is right there. Centered her up with balloons and everything.
Yeah, next year you're going to have 6 seniors graduating. Here's Mom and Dad.
Joining Kara on the court.
Well, you think of all the years of raising these kids and everything, and this is what you raise them for, is to be ready to be launched, and it's kind of a sweet moment for them.
The countdown is on.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, the coaches for Nevada Union, Bob Rogers and Larry Peterson. Co-head coaches, I guess, is the proper title for them.
Yeah, they go back and forth. We are so fortunate to have two. Any program would be so fortunate to have either of these guys, but to have both of them is really quite something.
Well, Larry came cheap, with a couple tacos and a little conversation, and
I've read that story
so
many times.
Can't beat that. So the ceremonies are over, and some serving is going to take place. And while they do that, gives us time to take a break here on your NorCal Game of the Week and thank the outstanding local businesses that support this telecast and help us bring you televised sports all year long on your NorCal Game of the Week. And, of course, we're talking about Nevada and Placer County Realty. Nevada and Placer County Realty, they specialize in representing both buyers and sellers with services centered around customer service. Broker Rob Theora and his assistant Georgia Dawson have created several dynamic websites linked to multiple listings of both Nevada and Placer counties, offering you a wide selection of properties that are available in both counties. That's Nevada and Placer County Realty.
And by Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, owner Chuck Cavros knows that nothing makes your car or truck look better than accessories from Top This. And Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with an in-store display featuring accessories from WeatherGuard, DZ, and Racket truck racks, along with a selection of chrome toolboxes, mirrors, and tie-downs. So give your truck some attitude and get the service you want at this Top Truck and Auto Accessories.
And by All Seasons Pools and Spas, Janae and Kevin Klein are the new owners at All Seasons Pools and Spas, where they carry on the tradition of customer service and a complete product line from Doughboy and spas from Bullfrog and Soft Tub. Their Grass Valley showroom also carries a number of pool and spa supplies, as well as decorative waterfalls and yard art to beautify your home. It's all at All Seasons Pools and Spas.
And by B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. At B&C, you'll meet local professionals in the home improvement industry. They carry everything you need for your home or business, and with their large selection of lumber contractors, are always welcome at B&C. It's true, help is always just around the corner at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
And, of course, by Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 10th season of bringing you only the best in local television sports. Be sure to join us next weekend as the Commander travels right back up here to Nevada Union High School as the Miners take on the Thundering Herd from Elk Grove. Big victory by the Miners last week against Laguna Creek keeps them in the hunt for the Delta Valley League title. And, there is no easy games from here out. And they really are in a must-win situation here against Elk Grove. So come on out to the stadium. It's going to be a great time. Nevada Union versus Elk Grove right here at Hooper Stadium. And, of course, you'll see it across our entire Foothill network of stations. So I just saw Steve Pilcher coming by here. Thought he might say a word to us, but we were right in the middle of mentions. So he moved on. We'll all talk to Steve a little bit later. What an exciting job being the athletic director here at Nevada Union. So many great sports programs to be proud of. Soccer's doing really well right now. Water polo, swimming, volleyball, football at all the different levels. It's a nonstop. You know what his extension is on his phone here at school? It's 24/7. 247.
That's perfect. I was thinking, I've seen him at so many, every athletic event I've been to, he's there. I mean, to have a school with an athletic director that's personally so dedicated to the kids is really something.
And coaching wrestling, too.
And that, yes.
So we're all set to go here as the teams go underneath the net and slap the hands of their opponent as they get ready. It's the Rocklin Lady Thunder getting ready to take on the Nevada Union Lady Miners. Final home game of the season for the Lady Miners as they head off into the playoffs, holders of the #1 seed in the section, which means they will get 3 home games here on September 7th, on September 9th, and again on the next Tuesday, the 14th.
It's remarkable when you look at the section rankings. 7 of the top 16 teams are all undefeated. And so it means is whatever the strength of your league is determines what your seeding is. Fortunately, we are in the strongest league of anything in the Sac Joaquin section and that gives us the top spot.
Well, they thought that it was going to be more competition going into the SFL. I can't really say that that's been the case, though. Every game they beat 3 games. Only Wood Creek took them to 4 or 5, and that was without Maraldi in the lineup. I don't think that, that wasn't the case when they played Wood Creek the second time.
You know, I think people were a little surprised, but I tell you, especially the first game, many times that first game has been very close. And so these teams coming out against NU are very, very motivated to come out and try to beat us in that first game.
Double hit called on Jen Sager there, as both hands have to come cleanly to the ball in order to make the set, and that gives Rocklin the very first point as Demir sets to serve. Demir sends it deep to Dolly, out to the outside, and a nice big hit by Erdman.
There you go.
And Erdman gets the first point on senior night for the Lady Miners. Erdman working that outside corner. Hit the ball hard, came off the block of Macie Cooper. And so Jen Sager goes back to serve now. Pops it up to Van Camp. Here's an outside hit by Smith.
Well, somebody touched the net. Can't tell which player did.
Got it taken care of, Duckett. Brandon Duckett in the truck directing tonight for us as Emma Burns serve, and that one's going to sail wide left. So you never want to do that after getting a point. Send it right back to them.
Bob Rogers, the Parrots Night, said, in describing volleyball, said volleyball is a game of mistakes, whoever makes the fewest.
That's right, because they're going to happen. Now Erdman set to serve. She slaps the ball up, picked up by Cooper.
Nice back set.
As Farron Smith comes over, hits the ball into the net, though. Farron Smith, 6-foot senior, middle hitter. Outside hitter also as well. Erdman serving. Nice dig to save that as Kukrow hits the ball. Sager sets it up for Reeves. And she pounds the ball down. That's part of that whole middle block that I was telling you about, that front lineup. Very tall and very strong for Nevada Union.
That in the middle attack is something that NU really takes advantage of. Those are such quick sets. The other team doesn't really have time to set for it, and it can be very quick and difficult to have time to block. Now, they tried the same thing. Couldn't quite execute the spike.
And here's outside to the big hammer, as we call her now, Woodruff. Kukrow hits the ball. Jen sets it up. Reeves again in the middle, picked up by Burns. Here's the set by Demir.
I think you'll notice a pretty long rally. The pass returning to the setters have been pretty good. So this should be a very good match. These girls are well coached and well trained.
Demir, also one of the top setters in the league. Alexandria Demir, number 1. You'll see a lot of her tonight as Smith serves the ball. Sager now, outside hit to Woodruff. She'll put it down. Picked up by Demir, though.
Oh!
One-handed by McAtee. Saves the ball. Outside here now to Kukrow. She'll put it down. Picked up by...
Pounded it. Very difficult to guard against. And as you have over the year, I've seen the girls in NU able to find those holes. Their vision of the court is improving a lot, and getting around the blocks and finding that.
Well, that's one thing. You've seen a lot of volleyball this year, more even than we have.
And it's a different game than basketball.
Outside hit by Kukrow finds its way home.
She took advantage of her angle and got it all the way across the court. Very difficult to come down because it comes down such a steep angle sideways. Very effective.
Maraldi moves up to the front line now on the left-hand side as Allison Costello gets set to serve. That one's going to go to Woodruff. To Maraldi, gets part of the net, almost kills it. Woodruff, oh, big putback right there by Demir.
NU touched the net.
Well, regardless of that, Demir is really playing up tonight. She is ready for, and of course, when you're the Lady Miners, you have the target on your back. Everybody wants to play you tough. As Macie sets the ball up to the hammer, she puts it down off the hands of Costello. Saved in the backcourt by Van Camp. Sager now sets for Miraldi.
That was good. That wasn't the best set as far as timing for Miraldi, but she's got such a long reach. She was able to stay up there until the ball came to her and get the ball off anyway.
I think she hit it with her wrist.
Whatever she could get.
Big, strong wrist there.
Yeah.
So Kristen Dolly back to serve now. And she'll hit it over to Van Camp, who is the libero player for...
Excellent block. Those girls got their hands right up next to the net and completely sealed it, as they call sealing it. And unfortunately for Rocklin, they were not ready to anticipate that block. Nobody was down ready to try to dig it out.
So point goes to Rocklin as Kukral serves now. Macie on her knees to save that one. And a nice high set there from Miraldi as she ties the score at 6.
Very deep. If she didn't get before the 10-foot line, she almost got to the 10-foot line, which is a real goal for them, and that was incredibly steep.
Woodruff now.
Yes.
Oh, what a save by Van Camp. Pancaked that ball. Outside here to Macie now. And a big block, but it goes right down in front of him. Macie.
You've got to get those hands right up next to the net, because if you leave any space, the ball's going to go down right in front of you, and that's exactly what happened.
And it happened so quickly.
Yes.
Van Camp receives the serve again. This one, Demir goes across court, and she's got good eyes also.
Very much so. She had nothing on that ball, and yet she placed it exquisitely.
One-handed. Wobbly.
But again, she's going across the court. She's consistently been going across the court and taking advantage. You have to have incredibly good aim to do that.
Well, you don't really want to come up against that Lady Miner wall.
That's how you block it. That's how you beat it.
Moser now sets it on the back. And here's a quick set. Moser saves that. Sager now one hits it. Over here to Costello on the outside to Burns. Sager, Miraldi. Yeah. Oh, faced her.
That was an excellent pass. I think what made the difference on that play, you notice on the Rocklin in our team, they weren't able to get the ball a good pass up to the setter. That was the first time when somebody passed it right to Sager, right to the setter, and so she could make a great set. When you have great passing, you're going to have great sets, and there goes your offense that's going to win.
So Miraldi serving. Middle hit by Elston.
Returning the favor.
I don't think she was faced, though. I think Allison Costello either got faced or was very close to being faced. That ball just knocked her down. She comes out now for a little breather as Coach Muscarella goes over the finer points of volleyball with her on the sidelines. Woodruff now. Sager to Reeves.
Oh.
Nice up, though, by Reeves after the block. Good awareness there. Outside, Woodruff again picks it up. Overpass, though. And Rocklin has come to play tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as they tie the score 9-9 here in game 1.
Well, you talk about, beating everybody in 3. I tell you, this first game all year long has been a tough one for most teams because they are really wanting to return our favors.
That was an overpass that was saved by Sagar. Now she'll pass it outside. There's Macie. Comes across and right off of the hands of Burns.
Very fortunate, because that was ball definitely headed out. But
actually, I think it hit her on the head.
Yes, she couldn't duck out of the way in time. So that converted a point for them to a point for us.
Just like that. Just like about the 60 mile an hour that ball was traveling.
Yeah.
Jen Sager now to serve. Oh, I thought it was going to hit the net.
Yeah.
Oh. Off the block, falls inside the Lady Miners side, and it's going to be all tied up at 10.
The Lady Miners did well. They had the block up there, but then you need that other person to come up waiting for the ball to drop, as it did. It takes a lot of coordination to know where that ball is going to go. Nice serve.
Yeah, hits the net, falls in safe. Unable to get it as Sagar, as Woodruff unable to pop it up cleanly.
That qualifies for an ace.
Going down to her knees, I think so.
Yeah, you can touch it once. If one person hits it but doesn't go anywhere that's playable, that's a That's a bona fide ace.
Burns now serving. And ace!
Two in
On
a row.
the back line. Rocklin takes a 13-9 lead, and I'm anticipating a timeout here by the Lady Miners if they get one more point. No timeouts in the game so far. As rotation is checked.
Bob Rogers is wondering what's going on. Both coaches now at the bench.
Well, usually when they go over there like this, it's a rotation situation.
Right.
And right there, camera 2 has it. You can have them pan down, Duckett. You can see the scoring table. There they are right there. The down official is checking. I don't know if he was asked to do so by Dave Muscarella, the head coach. His assistant coach is Lisa Pruitt in her second year of joining Muscarella on the sidelines, on the bench. And talking to the coach prior to the telecast, he knows that what Nevada Union's all about, and him and Bob Rogers were sharing stories about the league and about all kinds of different things. And it's a very small volleyball community. We were talking a little bit about the SFL and how Granite Bay had left the SFL last year or 2 years ago to the Metro League, and now they're back, and really has created a strong league for them to be in. Rocklin, a perennial contender each and every year in second place or battling for the league championship, all of that, even with the Lady Miners in the league now, that is the case here tonight. As Rocklin finds itself in second place. They need a victory here tonight to keep pace with that Wood Creek team. As we showed you on the standings, they are 6-4. You don't want to say that a win against the Lady Miners is an automatic thing. It may not even be very likely, but certainly that's why they play the game, and anything can happen. Lady Miners have to bring their A game tonight, and what a great game for them, Cody, really to practice because playoffs are just around the corner no matter what happens.
Well, and that was one of the things that we were looking forward to in going to the SFL is just having this better competition, and certainly it's a pleasure to have Rocklin in our house. These are great girls, and you know, what's nice is I think everybody on the team is they're actually friends also. A lot of these girls play year-round on the same team, so they see each other in club at different venues, and you see competitors after the game coming up and hugging each other because they've played together or know each other from other things. So you're right, it is a fairly tight community.
So still some discussion at the scoring table, and looks like they've brought in I thought that was McAtee up there, but it's not.
Well, I see one of the
same kind of ponytail as McAtee.
One of the scorekeepers has got our eraser going, so I don't know what they're doing, but
well, the score on the
things.
board says 13-10 in favor of Rocklin.
Well, I'm wondering about the rotations, and because the scorekeeper table is the one that keeps track of all those rotations. Yeah, it looks like they've got it resolved. No fouls are called.
The up scorekeeper had come out of his perch. It was taking so long, and you don't want to bring him down.
Okay, 13-10. Rocklin is ahead. First game to 25.
Emma Burns set to serve, junior, outside hitter, 5'7". She's going to hit it to Christian Woodruff. Sager, back set over to McAtee, and it's going to hit the net and bounce out. So Lady Miners a little out of sync, and actually I think being forced to be a little out of sync by the aggressive play of the Rocklin Lady Thunder. As Emma Burns sets to serve. Puts it in play. It's one of those, I got it, you take it.
Well, I don't think the roof helped very much. That kind of threw everybody off, and fortunately Woodruff was able to get a hand on it after it hit the crossbar on the roof, but
Mosier
not enough.
Unable to handle the serve, and just as I predicted, the timeout comes Although I thought it would come after the 14th point, but we had that big break right there. I think Bob was hoping that that big break might settle everybody down. Larry Peterson already went out and spoke with the girls during that unofficial timeout. But now after Rocklin gets 2 straight points coming out of that break at the table, Bob Rogers forced to call a timeout here. His team down 15-10. Not a situation that they're in all the time.
No. Well, you know, and sometimes it doesn't even matter what the coach says out there. It's just to break the momentum. So he just probably says, you know, keep your heads together, think about why you're here, and just try to break that momentum. And it's amazing how the next point shows that it cools the server off. She gets out of her rhythm, and then the other team gets to serve.
So Emma Burns still serving for the Lady Thunder, very successful in her turn.
Yeah, she's been at, what, 5-6 points in a row?
And she's going to serve this one.
There you
it's
go.
going to go out.
Works very well.
Yeah, kind of cooled Burns off there. She was trying to go for that corner kill. McAtee there, but the ball went out. McAtee wisely let it go. Now she'll serve. Picked up by Kukral. Outside hit by Elston. Now it's the Lady Miners. They go over to Woodruff. And that ball goes long. Nobody touches it.
The corner judge said that it was touched, and the referees said okay.
Corner judge, JV player number 18, making that call from the back court.
Yep.
It looked pretty close.
I wondered whether it was touched or not.
McAtee, Sagar, up to Reeves, puts it down.
Oh.
Rocklin handle it, though. They'll be able to get out of that as Smith sends it over. Now the outside to the Hammer. She'll put it down, and good night.
Boy. 2 Rocklin players got a hand on that ball, and it's still continuing to hit the back wall. She gets so much power on that ball.
That's why we call it the
hammer.
the Hammer, the big hammer, actually. Okay, as Burns comes outside set to Kukral, and this one is going to be overpass and out of bounds. All wrapped up into one miss hit. Rotation now.
Rocklin ahead 16-13 now. Elston to serve.
He's outside to Woodruff. Nice up by Burns. Oh, hits the net and bounces out. Very fortunate for the Lady Miners. That ball hit straight on the net. Had actually got a true bounce out of it.
She almost dropped it in.
Well, that's the thing about the net. It's impartial. It's all about physics.
I read about that.
Reeves now serving. And the double block up there for the Miners not needed as that ball falls in front of the net. Dolly and Maraldi teaming up. Not necessary, though, as Reeves serves again. A nice, tough serve to Van Camp. She'll pick it up and put it over. Maraldi and McAtee run into each other. Ball saved, though. This ball's going to go over, and I thought it was out. It was played out and then hit back in by Kukral.
Well, it was a third hit, so it was the only chance he had. A lot of the girls are working on this flat serve. It's almost like a knuckleball. And so it's not going as fast, but it just moves all over the place, and it's very hard to return.
Reeves, again, there's Demir setting it up outside for Kukral. Battle at the net. Maraldi's going to win this battle.
She is not only tall, she's just strong and athletic, and it's just a shoving match up there.
So after leading 15-10, Lady Rocklin find themselves down 17-6. So 7 straight points for the Lady Miners, while 1 point for the Lady Thunder. In this span as Reeves sends it long. 17-17. So Lady Miners able to pull themselves back from a 5-point deficit, and we're all even here at 17 now, playing to 25. Allison Costello. Another setter, junior, ready to serve. Put it up to Woodruff. Puts it backwards, though. McAtee has to handle it. Sent over by Woodruff. Here's the middle set. Nice dink play by the Miners. Off the hands. There's Van Camp. Off the net. Ooh. Nice dive for it by McAtee, but unable to come up with the little pop-up is Jen Sager, and so Rocklin takes an 18-17 lead.
That net took just enough off the ball so that McAtee could barely even touch the thing.
Allison Costello now serving. She kind of floats the ball up. Sager to Maraldi.
Very strong.
Burns had no chance at that ball. It was going down, and it was going hard.
And the blockers were kind of a non-issue in that whole thing. She just got around what little block they had. She hit it so hard, unless it hits right to you, it's almost impossible to return those.
So Dolly serves it outside to Burns. Picked up. Nobody wants it. Burns will take it. Up by Dolly. Set. Oh, nice. A little bit higher maybe for Maraldi is what she wants, and she's just telling that to Sagar right now. Of course, Sagar already knew that. You know, the thing about Maraldi, she's got such a strong vertical jump that you could set it probably as high as you want, and she's going to be able to get it. Nice up by McAtee, outside to the hammer. This one's going to go sky high to Demir, outside to Burns. Send it deep to McAtee. Outside now to the hammer. She pops it. Kukrow gets it. And then back to Woodruff, who sends it out of bounds.
It was overpassed over the net, and boy, it's just so hard not to just drool all over that. And it's great to hit it down that line and try to get around their blockers, but.
So Macie Cooper now serving. McAtee, these girls are serving very short. As Maraldi goes for the little dinks, but hits the net. Oh no, they says they hit the net.
Apparently so.
And back goes, apparently so. Christian Woodruff, Miners down by 1 point as Costello does the setting this time to Demir over at the outside.
Tie game.
So the pressure on now. Game one, it's a game to 5. We've played 20 points, settled nothing.
Now it's a 5-point game.
Right. As Woodruff will serve into Van Camp outside. Here's Demir, second person behind. Oh, and a series of miscues right there as Maraldi tries to get it with one hand while falling backwards. Hits Sagar, hits Dolly, finally falls to the floor. Stick a fork in it and we'll start all over. Benamelis serving now. And this ball's going to go backwards as Costello can't handle the tough kill.
And now we're down to a 4-point game.
Nervous time.
Now it's a matter of concentration and who wants it. Certainly a lot of momentum will go into whoever wins the first game.
Maraldi, that's ace. What a time to serve up an ace, and that was in by at least 1 foot.
And Rocklin just looked at each other at the back. They lost their concentration. They couldn't figure out who was going to get it, and they just watched it go on the floor.
Well, they have served some balls long, so I think maybe that was going to be another one of those. Maraldi now, this one off the hands of Burns.
Certainly to her, and she's a good player.
Timeout called.
Definitely Rocklin had lost their concentration, so that was the absolute thing he had to do.
Dave Muscarella calling his first timeout of the match with the Lady Miners coming ahead 23-21 here in game 1 action. And Lady Miners really coming off of a tremendous second half of the game, Cody, down 15-10 and now leading 23-21. Dramatic turnaround.
Well, and they just did not think that they were going to lose this game. You could tell, and they just hung in there and stayed in and stayed in and stayed in.
They did, and that's the sign of a championship team. They've been in close games before, of course, played a lot of games and tournaments and club throughout the summer. And just because the league has been semi-easy for them doesn't mean that they haven't played in close games, don't know how to come from behind, and don't know how to gather that concentration. So good exercise for them.
Well, I mean, they've been fortunate during the year to have some tournaments they've been invited to. They're very competitive tournaments and have seen very tough competition.
So the timeout by Muscarella, hoping to cool down Maraldi. Not the case, though. Woodruff pops it up. Oh, this one's going to bounce like a ping pong ball.
And they get it over.
McAtee saves it by the play on Maraldi also. Sagar now picks it up. There's Dolly. Back set to Sagar. Double hit.
That was the right side hitter, Dolly. Ended up being the second person to get the ball and just spun it a little bit. What they'll look for is they'll watch for the ball spinning. And if the ball is spinning, they'll call that a double hit. And she tried to do a back set, which was even more
difficult.
Yeah, even more difficult.
And she's not the usual setter, so just trying to make something happen. Sagar now. Oh, pushed it to the right.
Yeah.
Caroline Reeves, with eyes on the side of her head, took that soft pass from Jen Sagar and just put it where nobody was, right in the corner. Lady Miners 1 point away, game point here in game one. Rocklin able to save the ball as Woodruff now sets it up. No, there's Sagar now outside to McAtee. Off the hands.
You touch it?
No,
not
they're
touched.
saying no. Boy, that looked like a touch to me.
I thought so. Okay, Rocklin is down by 1, 24-23.
Still Lady Miners at game point, though. Service error or miscue by Rocklin will give Lady Miners the game. Otherwise, we're going into overtime. Sagar now to Reeves. Nice up by Burns. Here's the outside to Demir.
Oh, blocked it in.
Block.
Out. I thought that was in, but some of the Rocklin players are surprised that it was called out, but that's what they called. Now they, what?
No, it was
timeout. They called it out.
Yeah, they called it out. Point goes to Rocklin, 24-24, and we're going into overtime here in game one. Doesn't get more exciting than that.
Deuce. No pressure.
Lady Miners. Lady Rocklin Thunder at deuce here in game one. Gil Dominguez, Cody Reeves. Hope you're enjoying this one. If you don't like this one, then you just don't like volleyball.
Rocklin has a bit of advantage. They're serving and the momentum.
Yeah, they came back from game point to win 2 points to force the deuce. And now you have to win by 2. So we could be here for a while. I was going to say get your hot cocoa out, but it's not really that cold out there yet. Beautiful fall weather we're having.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I noticed that all the leaves were starting to actually fall yesterday. That was pretty. There's Sagar now to Reeves. She'll dribble it off the top of the net. Picked up by Demir. Here's the outside hit by Kukral. Lady Miners are going to have trouble getting this back in. McAtee able to handle it, though. Here's the outside to Demir. Big pound down.
Single-handed
in the middle
pass
by
back.
Elston.
Ah.
Sagar over to McAtee. Oh, puts it down. Great play by Kukral. Kukral again will set it down.
Good pass. Good
Picked
set.
up by Mosier. McAtee into the block and down on their side for the point of Rocklin.
You know, I think she just hit it into the net. I don't think she even made it over the net to get blocked. And that was a crucial point. That gives Rocklin the chance to
game point.
Take it all.
Game point here after the Bob Rogers timeout.
Into the net. Oh!
And down! Oh. Into the net and down! Unbelievable finish.
Well,
the net plays no favorites, even at Ali Gymnasium. And the Nevada Union Lady Miners go down in game one.
And how much less of a hit would it take for that to hit the net and fall back and be deuce again? I mean,
maybe if the net's just not as taut.
Yeah, maybe they should go out and tighten that net a little bit more, huh?
I don't know, but the net coming into play several times in this contest. sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And Cody, we're going to get a chance to take a look at that serve one more time, and I'm sure Duckett's going to give it to us in slow motion because that was just a bang-bang play. Here's the serve. Game point for Rocklin. Hits the net.
Hits it once.
Knocks the
twice.
ball. Just takes all the momentum off of it as it falls down. It actually hit the, look at the net still moving.
It actually hit the net twice.
Right. Just took all the spin. You couldn't plan that.
No. You wouldn't want to plan that.
No, you wouldn't. The coach would yell at you.
Yeah.
So
I think I'd call that a low percentage shot.
So an incredible finish by the Rocklin Lady Thunder. Duckett, if you want to cue that up one more time, that would be worthy of a second replay here as we still remain in between games. Have about a minute and a half left, so we've got plenty of time.
I don't think I can watch that again.
No, this was awesome right here. Look at
One, two. Hit the net twice.
And hit the net hard. That ball hit the net, and really it just knocked all the speed right off of that ball. And with the way these girls serve, that's a lot of speed, a lot of momentum that net held off. Duckett, we got one more minute. Let's see if we can step that just as the ball comes in. As the ball comes into the net. And because that's one of those plays that just happens so fast. Maverick King up there, up on the top bleachers. And here it is, the nice high jump serve. And you'll see the ball right here is going to come, and it's just going to, look at that. The net actually blocked the ball, just took all the momentum off it, came back down, and then the ball just kind of rested on it, and the net pushed it back toward the Lady Miners. That was excellent stop action there, Ducky. You can see how the net was penetrated by the ball, just literally stopped it right there in mid-flight.
It's painful.
That's great sports. Good job by, there it is again, and you see it. Good shot by Maverick King, kind of fooled there because he was expecting the ball to go over.
As was everybody else in the entire gym.
Almost lost the shot there. Nice job, Maverick. So that sets the stage for game two, though, as the Rocklin Lady Thunder have stole game one here from the defending section champions. And looks like this game is going to pick up where the other one just left off as Reeves finally puts this one down.
Well, the first one, she nailed it down, and they were able to what they call pancake it. I thought it was a point, but she was able to get her hand between the ball and the floor and get it up. The second time around, drove it home.
Louise Caulfield here from the Union tonight, so we'll see plenty of good shots of this game in tomorrow morning's paper.
Very good. Maybe we'll get a little run of our own.
Well, Lady Miners coming out the first 2 points in game two here as Jen Sager serves for Nevada Union. Picked up by Burns. This is an outside play now.
Excellent pass up to Sager.
McAtee puts it down very hard. Kukrow picks it up, though, outside to Burns again. Picked up by Woodruff, out to McAtee, and she'll put it down the line, inside. Okay, the down judge is calling. He's conferring with the corner judge. I think they want to see if it hit the antenna. And we'll see it again right here, Cody. And we couldn't see where we're too straight on the antenna to see if your mic's open, Brandon. As McAtee, she'll hit it into the net. So a little controversial play right there has taken the concentration away from the Lady Miners again.
Well, it's tough when you think you've earned a hard point and then they take it away from you. You've got to get just beyond that.
Right, you got to get beyond it. Demur served for Rocklin. Ball in play now. There's Dolly. Kick it outside to McAtee. She's going to put it down.
It's out.
Picked up by Kukrow.
You know, a lot of times I've been watching, it looks like some of the spikes are hit it right to the defender, and what it is, the defender is anticipating so well. She knows where the spiker's going to hit it and gets in position.
Back set to Burns. What a powerful hit by Burns. Emma Burns, 5'7", junior.
With one of the back row people coming up to catch anything that rolls off the block, you've got only 2 girls left in the back to defend that whole half a court. That's a lot of territory.
So now Emma Burns goes back to serve. Good jump serve, picked up by McAtee there in the middle for Reeves, and she'll pound it down hard. Demir unable to get a hand on that one as it came off the block.
And again, not going straight into the block, but going angled off to the side was enough to get around it.
Reeves now serving.
Oh.
She's going for that net ball too.
That one only hit the net once.
Didn't quite slow it down
No.
as much, but took enough off of it. So Reeves service ace. 5-3 in favor of your Miners. Game 2 action here. Best of 5. Demir outside to Kukral. Sager now. Right in the middle is McAtee. She'll put it over easy. Rocklin should be able to set up a play, and they do to Elston.
Hit Sager right on the shoulders. A very difficult place to return the ball.
Kelsey Easton, I should say. Now is back to serve as McAtee. Oh, McAtee hits it so hard that Burns falls down while making the play. And then Erdman and Miraldi come in to finish it up. And I think they just add more chance every game. They add something different in there. Lady Miners had to be the queens of chanting. Have you ever seen their pregame ritual?
Oh, my goodness.
Dolly now serving as the gym goes quiet. Demir sets it up for Kukral.
Hits it inside. You know, as far as those chances, I asked my daughter, what is it that you really like about volleyball? Is it the spiking, the serving? What is it? She says, no, Dad. It's in between points, you do the chant. That's why she likes the game. So that's as much a part of the game as the whole.
That is.
Anything with the ball.
It's emotional.
Yep.
As McAtee picks it up. There's Moser out to the big hammer, who can't hammer it home this time.
Their blockers were in excellent position.
Lady Miners getting everything they can handle here by the Rocklin Thunder.
And they've tied it to 6-6 now. 7-5.
Overpass. Hit up way deep into the stands. No one's going to get that one.
That's pretty good. Sager, as the setter, is standing only 5'7", but she was dominant enough at the net to have control.
She's got a very deceptive vertical leap. Woodruff now serving, picked up nicely in the back court. This time she saves it. This is going to be a little bit of an overpass as Miraldi just kind of runs out of the way.
That was impressive. She even got to it.
And then had the presence of mind to get out of the way.
Oh, now they're calling it in you.
Right. So Woodruff continues to serve.
8-6 Miners.
Sends it over to Van Camp. Their defensive specialist. They're calling for a touch. No touch. No touch.
Now
oh no, the back judge is calling touch.
Yep.
You know, so much of this game is on the integrity of the corner judges who come from the home school. And, you know, good for them to call it as they see it. Sager. Miraldi this time can't be denied.
Speaking of integrity, Miraldi just hit it. That's her younger sister who's the line judge. So she called it against her sister's team even. That's integrity.
That's integrity. With her mom and dad watching.
Right. Now, she maybe get pummeled when she gets home.
The Maraldi's middle name is Integrity.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Good people.
Good stock there. Up to Van Camp. There's Burns. She'll hit it over. Woodruff picks it up. Outside to McAtee. She's going for the dink. Lady Miners stopped playing. Rocklin was still playing the ball. Took the referee's whistle to end that point.
Well, you know, sometimes it's so hard to tell that someone was able to get their hand under and pancake it. You have to keep on playing until you hear the whistle.
Maraldi now.
Nice
serving.
serve.
Pounding it home is number 9, who we don't have a number for.
Knocked it out, but it was touched on the way out.
Do you have a number for 9? It wasn't on my
no.
my sheet. I think Bob Rogers gave us something here. Let's check his. Let's check his Rocklin. Oh, there it is. Sarah Nelson.
No, she's not number 3. She's number 9.
Okay, got it.
Oh, I think it's in. Yeah, nailed that corner. Excellent placement.
So 11-8, Lady Miners ahead here in game 2 after dropping a close one in overtime, 26-24 after battling back from a 15-10 deficit. Wind up losing in the overtime as McAtee picks up the garbage off the net. This one spun right into Kelsey Elston. She couldn't do anything but turn around and just kind of nudge the ball. It goes out of bounds.
Well, that was a battle at the net. And it was moving so fast, I think anybody in line was not going to handle it.
Miners pick up their 12th point. Tough serve by Sagar, going way outside now. Pushed over, picked up by Moser. In the middle, barely got a fingernail on it. Is Reeves, sends it over. Woodruff hits it, ping-pongs off the thing. It's going to be tough for Lady Miners to get this one. Oh, it would have gone.
That's
but
tough.
It hit the big steel girder.
Well, on the basketball hoop and a few other things.
Well, that was after it ping-ponged off the basketball. That's pretty high.
Yeah. Miners are ahead 12-9. Rocklin serves.
Hit by Woodruff there. Might have gone out of bounds had she not touched it. This time she gets it and falls down. Takes the momentum off the ball as McAtee pounds it in against the wall there.
Very fortunate. She hit it right into the blockers, but the blockers had not sealed the net. Point Miners.
Elston and Smith, 5'8" and 6 foot on the front line for the Lady Thunder.
NU got into the net.
It seems like NU is getting frustrated at many different turns here tonight. And they're going to have to play through it if they're going to take care of the Lady Thunder. Or the Lady Thunder is going to have to keep up the pressure. Not too many teams have pressured the Miners in league. As Woodruff sends it deep and hard down the sidelines.
Well, there's a saying that if you don't like what the refs are doing, you take them out of the game by just playing that much better.
Several varsity football players coming into the gym now to cheer on their Lady Miners. Among them, Chad Mason.
We'll see how much cheering they can add to the effort here.
As Caroline Reeves serves now. There's outside to as Kukral. Now here in the center. Pops it up. Smith, Burns. Oh, nice dig. Saved
out
by Dolly, but to no avail. 15-11 now.
The number one thing for those first hits is to get a nice pass to the setter. And if you don't do that, you cannot get your offense going.
Right, then you're just trying to get the ball over.
Yeah.
Free ball it over.
Yeah.
Kelsey Elston
That's
serving
perfect
for Rocklin.
That's what happens. when you have a perfect pass to the setter, she's got the chance to set it wherever she wants.
And she quick sets it to Miraldi, who's right in the middle.
Yeah.
Miraldi almost as tall as the net anyway.
I think she's the tallest on the team.
She doesn't even have to jump, and she's touching the net. Oh, what a beautiful placement there by Farron Smith. Coming from that outside hitting position, hitting it left. No Lady Miner was available. All they could do is watch it hit the floor and go out of bounds.
Well, the as you call the wall is so strong, you've got to angle it, or else you're just going to get it right back in the face.
Allison Costello now.
Oh,
nope. And there's a hit by Miraldi.
Yeah, into the net.
Came right back at her. Couldn't really handle. She's got a handcuff there.
16-13, NU.
As Costello continues her serve, it's going to be short. Sagar takes advantage of
and hit too hard. Too far out.
Right idea, though, by her.
Absolutely. No one was ready for that second hand attack. And being a left-hander is a huge advantage because the setters normally face that way. As a left-hander, she is in perfect position to just go ahead and quickly turn and hit it.
As Miraldi has equipment issues. She fixes it now, and play is back in resumption. Or ready to resume.
I gotcha.
Here's the outside hit. Woodruff, she puts it down. Nice up by Cooper. This one's going to be Burns, and she's going to hit it into the net.
At best, that was a free ball.
Well, I think that's what Emma was trying to do.
Yeah.
Just get it over and set up for some additional play. Woodruff serving. Oh, nice by Van Camp.
Boy, Woodruff is having a lot of good returns.
Well, they're hitting it deep, that's why. Miraldi powers it down, goes up for the overpass.
Didn't make it over. She was, even if it had, I think she would have.
Well, she was there for it.
She was going to feed it back to him.
18-14. So Rocklin Lady Thunder might have woken up the sleeping Miner.
Oh.
As McAtee dives for the ball, there's nothing she can do, though, as a great hit there by Kukrow.
Well, the only thing is allowing that space to be open, and Kukrow saw it. Kids got great eyes to see that.
One of the top players, along with Alexandra Demir, for the Rocklin Lady Thunder.
Perfect pass. Oh.
Ball going the wrong way.
Perfect.
Van Camp desperately tries to get a hand on it, but to no avail, and timeout is called.
That's one of the most lethal things that a setter can do, is everyone's expecting to set, and just that stinking little dink thing, and that's great.
Timing is surprise is what that's all about, as we see both huddles here on the screen. Coach Bob Rogers talking to Kristen Dolly. And over on your left, the Rocklin Lady Thunder huddle up with Dave Muscarella and Liz Pruitt to talk about strategy. 19-15, Rocklin Lady Thunder able to steal a Game 1 win. And I was saying it on all the times that we've covered Lady Miners this season. If you don't take the first one from the Lady Miners, you can kiss it goodnight.
Yeah, I think that's very true. We've seen that, and they just get deflated. But now that they've won the first one, it's up to the Miners to step up and focus.
And what better way to focus than having up there Kylie Miraldi. Her first two serves last game were both aces as she sends it deep to Kukrow. I thought Van Camp was going to hit it, but Demir actually pops it over. Sagar, just nice, easy pop-up for Reeves. And there's Kukrow. Ball goes long, though.
Well, that's quick reaction. They almost were trying to hit it, and in the last second she pulled back to let it hit the floor.
As Miraldi,
I think that was out.
Again.
No, touched.
It was on the line.
The corner judge called it touched.
So Rocklin gets the ball back, 20-16. Rocklin needing a victory here to take a 2-0 lead against the defending section champion Lady Miners. And that would really rock the place. Sagar now outside to McAtee. She puts it down, comes right back though. The big block by Demir and Elston standing in her way.
It seems like Rocklin is dialing in on our hitters where we like to hit, and their blocking is a little more effective as time goes on.
Benamelis serving now. Sagar down on her knees, sets it up. Can't push it up high enough for Reeves.
Yeah, kind of a low one. Well, now it's 20-18, so Rocklin's on a bit of a roll.
Well, they came from behind last time, down game point, 24-22, to win that game, 26-24. Lady Miners never did get off 24.
They just awarded a point for NU, and I have no idea why.
Good eyes by Brandon Duckett. Maybe they didn't wait for the whistle to be blown for play to begin. There's Demir. Oh, off the hands of Dolly, and that one's going to sail all the way into Hooper Stadium, where the freshman game is still ongoing.
2-point spread.
Elk Grove thundering herd on the football field. The Rocklin Lady Thunder here in the gym, so it certainly is a night of thunder here at Nevada Union. 21-19. Sagar, back set. Maraldi,
a dink.
McAtee
with a dink. Well, after being shut down with those blocks, plan B seemed to work.
Well, it's only going to work occasionally. You can't dink your way into a victory. But good heads-up play. Good heads-up play by McAtee as she sets the serve now. Popping it up is Benamelis. Sagar saves this one. Demir outside to Burns. Oh, McAtee can't get a hand on it. 22-21, and we've got a tight game 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. 22-20. They must have changed that score real fast. I looked up and okay, here's outside now. Reeves to Woodruff. Woodruff's going to set it down outside.
Wow, excellent.
Oh, inside.
Inside.
So the big hammer.
It's pretty nice when, that's one thing about the girls, a lot of them can set also. Sager was not the one to get that second ball. It was Reeves. Set it right to the hammer. That's a new one for me.
The big hammer.
The big hammer.
Not just the hammer.
Okay.
He's the big hammer.
I stand corrected.
Reeves now into Kukrill. Kukrill now. Oh, and they're going to have trouble with this. McAtee picks it up. They're going to free ball it over.
Got it over.
Woodruff able to get it. Good job, Lady Miners. This time they can't handle it, though. It comes off Elston. (23-21). Rotation comes in for the Lady Thunder as Kelsey Elston sets to serve.
Oh, that was just barely
crawled over the net. Yeah, this one's going to be a free ball into the net, almost an overpass, and those create problems every time, Cody.
That's so hard to even know where the ball is when you're in the air.
As the football team comes to life with their cheering just in the nick of time, Sager now sets it up.
Oh.
Maraldi's got to go with her left hand. She was so out of position.
That was
Rocklin unable to get it over in 4 hits.
Oh, talk about heads up. That was remarkable. That's worth watching again.
Yeah, mark that one for in between games.
Oh my goodness!
Should the Lady Miners be victorious?
That was incredibly heads up. Soft serve.
Game point now for the Lady Miners. Picked up by Moser.
Oh, she can't do it again.
Maraldi can't get the ball by Sagar, who sets it up a little too high. Sagar not happy with herself at all.
Moser tried to come down and save it anyway.
And Nevada Union calling a timeout here.
Yep.
24-23.
Well, this is a crucial point because if you're down by 2 games, that's a lot of work. NU has done it before.
Well, they've got the home court advantage.
The football team advantage.
The football team is in the house now, so they got the advantage there. Defending section champion, first time championship in the SFL. The newly is on the line here partially. All right, and we'll take a look at that. And here we'll see Miraldi right in the air with her left hand, just kind of push that ball over.
That's
and
perfect.
4 hits.
Well, and when Miraldi hit it over, it just was very high and very close to the net. And so Rocklin couldn't do anything else but hit it up in the net again, which never allowed them to hit it forward.
So Rocklin with the ball. Allison Costello set to serve. Lady Miners at game point, 24-23. Ball goes deep to Woodruff. There's Sager. Now back out to the big hammer. She'll put it down. Moser saves the ball. Miraldi's going to free ball it over. Double hit on the Lady Miners.
Tie game. That was such an incredible thing to even get the ball over and then have to lose it on a double hit.
We're at deuce again here in game 2 as Allison Costello serves the ball. McAtee picks it up. Lady Miners look a little bit tenuous.
Oh, that would have been out. Fortunate for NU.
As Miraldi slams the ball home, Rocklin free balls it over. There's Sager now set to Miraldi. She'll put it down. Picked up beautifully by Van Camp. Outside to Kukral. Rocklin Lady Thunder. Once again, the Lady Thunders come from behind when the Lady Miners had them at game point to take game point now, 25-24. This is like deja vu all over again.
Well, that was a gift.
This ball goes out of bounds, and that's one thing you don't want to see on game point. So we're knotted at 25, ladies and gentlemen, here in game 2. Hang on to your seats. Woodruff serves into Van Camp. Outside to Costello. Demir just hits it over from the corner. Miraldi slams it home, picked up by Van Camp. The little pokey, no good, but the big slam by number 9, Sarah Nelson.
That was quite a save by Moser to even get to that ball. Unfortunately, she made a perfect set to the wrong side.
So it's up to Macie Cooper now. Game point for Rocklin. As Woodruff dinks it down. No, it's not Woodruff.
No, it's Miraldi. Yep. I think she was going for the spike, and it was a little too high for her. Unfortunately, she had the presence of mind to just go ahead and convert the play to a little dink.
And like what happens so many times, the player that makes the great play goes back to serve. And Miraldi back to serve now, all tied at 26. Van Camp pops it up nicely. Costello outside to Burns. They'll pick it up. Miraldi picks it up. Sager out to
touch.
McAtee off the block.
Okay, NU's up by 1. Both teams in a position to win the game.
Twice.
Yep. Now let's see if NU can convert. 27-26.
Miraldi
no pressure.
Takes a breath. Calm herself. She'll send it into Van Camp. There's the outside hit to Burns. Picked up by the Miners. Sager now is going to set it outside to McAtee. Puts it down. No good. The quick set by Demir. No good. Miraldi puts it down.
Oh, single-handed got it
able
over.
to pick it up. Sager now. She'll one-hand it. Oh, beautiful diving play by Kukral.
That's it. And you did it.
And Caroline Reeves comes up with the big hit right at the net, right in the center to win 28-26. And we've seen 2 outstanding volleyball teams going toe-to-toe here in the Sierra Foothill League contest. We're all knotted up at 1 game apiece.
And close games at that. Excellent play by everybody. And everybody who was, I'm sorry.
Thrilling game, Cody. And we'll see the final point right here as the ball goes outside to Burns. picked up. There's Sager now out to McAtee. She's going to dink it down. Picked up by Demir, though. Great up there by Dolly. All that Rocklin can do is send it over. That's going to allow something to get set up, but Sager decides to go with the quick dink. Now here's the set. McAtee over to Moraldi, and right through the hands of Kukral, who had an opportunity to get the ball but turned her body the wrong way.
As that ball
it was just too fast. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, I think one thing you notice is it was all Rocklin could do was to free ball it over.
Right.
NU, having the free ball over, it's much easier to get the ball to the setter. So NU was able to attack and attack and attack. And if you don't make a mistake, one of those is going to go in.
Well, the tremendous play there by Nevada Union and by Rocklin coming from behind when Lady Miners had them at game point 24-23, just like last game. No net ball to decide it there, though. The net decided to let them play, and but what a thrilling game. Rocklin almost stealing its second game here from the Lady Miners in game number 2, and like you were saying, Cody, game number 2, huge game after losing that first one. That really would have put Lady Miners in a hole.
Well, they are still a little bit behind because as opposed to NU winning that first game and the other team being deflated, and it's like, oh my gosh, we're not going to do it. These guys know they can beat NU. They beat NU one game, and they are going to come back encouraged and strong.
And they almost beat NU the second game.
That's right. So it's going to be down to the wire.
So you're in for a thrilling game here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We're just beginning. We're all tied up at 1, best of 5. This one's going to go, could go 5. It's certainly going to go 4. As we get set for game 3 action. Brandon, after the next game, we'll go ahead and do mention number 3. I'm sure our underwriters understand it's a thrilling game. A thrilling match here at the Ally. You want to be sure to come out for the volleyball playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, November 7th, 9th, and the 14th.
Beautiful.
It's all going to be at home here for the Lady Miners if they maintain their number 1 seed.
Looks like after that play, I hope they do.
So Reeves with the first point for game 3.
You know, she didn't spike it. It's just almost like almost a throw. They're allowing that the last few years.
Here's a strong hit by Kukral. Reeves now off the block, picked up by Van Camp. Here's outside to Burns. Burns, skies up high.
Into the net.
Hits it into the net, though. Boy, can she jump. Watching her from this angle, Cody, she's really got some legs on her.
Well, you look at the roster here. They've got a lot of tall girls that have some air underneath those legs.
There's Burns again. Oh, wow. What a powerful pickup by Sagar.
Oh, tried to dink it, not quite enough.
That was all set up by the powerful hit by Burns, though, on the outside. As Emma Burns comes back to serve now for the Lady Thunder. 2-1 in favor of the Miners, and that ball's going to go.
Oh.
Whoa, it tipped.
Actually landed in.
Oh, it landed in.
Yep.
So even the bench gets up and does the ace dance. First time I've seen that.
It's a team sport.
McAtee now to Reeves.
There we go.
Van Camp, no chance to get that one. That was going about 65 miles an hour.
Well, that's how the last game was ended, and that's how they're starting off this one. Again, with that middle attack, it makes them have to pay attention to it, and that opens up the outside hitters, too. Very powerful tool in the hands of the Lady Miners.
Kukral now with the hit.
Oh, excellent block.
Into the big block there. Dolly and Reeves. That's a big wall. And Woodruff also at the net now. Off the hands.
Somebody touched the net. Didn't see which one.
Well, even if it wasn't off the hands of Mosier.
Okay, the score is 4-3 Miners. Still close.
Kelsey Elston serving for Rocklin. Over to Mosier. Kind of hits it down low. Woodruff able to come up, though, on the Sagar set. Off the net, Dolly. Sagar, second ball. The big hammer! Big hammer hammers it to Burns. Can't do anything but knock it out of bounds.
Burns didn't see it coming, so she stayed more toward the midline. So when the ball came off the angle, there was just too much on it.
That's going to bring Caroline Reeves up to the net to serve, or up to the back line, I should say. And this one's going to be pounded out by Smith. Caroline not playing volleyball her first year in high school.
Yes, she did. Freshman.
Oh, yeah, freshman,
Yep.
but not varsity.
Not varsity, no.
Went to basketball instead to improve her game there. 4-year starter for the Lady Miners, I'm pretty sure, in that sport. Came to varsity, though, in her sophomore year, and now she's a junior. You would know that history.
Yes.
Dolly, big powerful block, overpass back to Woodruff. She's going to put on the big hammer.
And again, she
Burns diving for the ball.
She got so much on that ball. 3 Rocklin players hit it, and it still hit the back wall. In fact, there's a number of girls.
I don't know what Burns was going to do with that ball if she did get it. She was flat on her stomach.
You know, you try.
Not much leverage there.
You try.
As Reeves serves again, back to Van Camp. This one's going to set up by Demir. Outside to Kukral. And Kukral, once again, being the nemesis of the Lady Miners.
The blockers actually had something on that, but it slowed out just enough so that the back row couldn't quite get up to it. You mentioned basketball. There's a number of varsity basketball players on the court for the volleyball players, girls who play both sports.
Right, that's going to be tough for Coach Gansky.
That's out. Well, especially with a program that goes
so
very
deep
close
into the
to
season.
state. Yes, you've lost a month of your preseason.
And we've got the Lady Miner, Lady Bruin telecast coming up, the first time in 3 years, in November.
Oh, excellent.
Pounds it down, Maraldi.
Very steep angle.
Yeah, that was down at like about the 10-foot line.
Pretty close, maybe 12. And a good angle off to the side.
8-5 now, Lady Miners, after winning game 2, coming into game 3 with a little bit more urgency.
That was deceptive. They had 3 Rocklin front row going up to hit it to try to fool the Miners into knowing who's going to hit it. And I think it slowed him down just enough.
Well, McAtee saw that it was going out, but just a little bit too late. Tried to pull her hand out of the way, but tipped off the top of her hand. Woodruff now. Maraldi off the block. Van Camp can't get it.
That middle attack is still strong. And one of the things about the depth of the Miners is they do a rotation and the front goes to the back and forth. And they're still strong.
They're still big.
They're still big and strong.
Woodruff now serving. Van Camp picks it up. Out to Costello. Demir puts it down for the Rocklin point.
Just a little bit of room between your arms and the net is all it takes. And that's why it dropped right down to the Miners side.
Nothing is coming easy for either team here tonight as we're in game 3.
9-7, Miners ahead.
Sager now as the gym goes quiet. McAtee pounds it down. Kukral picks it up. Out to side to Burns.
Oh.
That one's going to fall in.
Pretty good block, but you've got to have someone else there to anticipate the block falling. One of the things about Kukral, she was in position. She anticipated where that hitter was going to hit it and got in place, because if you wait until after she's hit it, it's too late. Excellent play.
Nice play at the net by Elston. Sager now sets it up for McAtee. She'll go for the dink, and they block it back. Elston there in on that block. I think that's who got their hand on it.
That ties it, 9-9.
Lady Miners in a dogfight with the Thunder, who have come to play here. Not impressed at all with the Lady Miners' stature as the defending section champion. And putting it down with authority is Kelsey Elston.
You kind of wonder about a timeout sometime coming up with this momentum they're building.
You know, this is such a tight game. You got to save your timeouts for an important thing like 24-24.
If they get there. Again.
Benamelis. McAtee. Benamelis again out to Burns. Off the top of the net. They love that net at Rocklin. McAtee puts it down.
That was beautiful.
Benamelis unable to get a hand on that one. Had a nice steep angle.
I think unless that ball was hit right to you, there's no way you would have gotten to that.
So Moraldi goes back to serve.
10-10.
Served out at game 2 as Burns picks it up. This one goes outside, though, as Demir gets it back in to Reeves.
Oh, I think it's out. Yep.
This girl just loves to knock our table, huh? Every time they get up. Or is our sign in her way? There's Woodruff. Oh, a block and a set all simultaneously there. Off the net. Going to be trouble for the Miners.
It's pretty impressive even to return the ball as much as they are. Now it's up to someone else to try to save that low return and get it going. The girls are hitting the ball so hard.
12-10 in favor of the Lady Thunder as Reeves sends it home. Airmail.
Found the hole.
Nice set by Jen Sagar there right in the middle, and she'll go back to serve.
You know, I don't have stats here, but it looks like the middle attack is as frequent as the outside attack, at least in this game.
I'd love to get some stats. Where'd you buy them? It's like a closely guarded secret.
Oh, nice little dink.
Yeah, Reeves really mixed it up there. She had a very tall wall in front of her with the Elston and Smith, 6 foot and 6 foot, and decided to dink it right over the top of kind of a rainbow dink. This one's in the net, picked up by Rocklin, able to save it. This one's almost an overpass. Nothing you can do with that ball.
Yep. It was so low, I don't think Sager, it's all she could do to react.
Woodruff not getting everything she wanted out of that ball. Has that not happy look on her face over there. She'll play through it, though. The ball in now. Reeves hits the top of the net. Little bit of a low set again by Sager. So Lady Miners having a little trouble with the set and with the kill.
12-14, Rocklin ahead now by 2.
Burns' turn to serve.
Into the net.
She'll go into the net, sending the ball directly back to the Lady Miners, giving them a point, now trailing by 1. Fairly nice-sized crowd here in the gym tonight. Of course, we want more fans. They haven't even pulled out the second set of bleachers for anything as far as I know.
Not yet this season.
Burns hits it over to McAtee. Outside now to the big hammer. She'll put it up, and there's the big block. Excellent up by Moser.
Yes.
Little dink by the hammer, but unable to get it over. Rocklin playing the tough D at the net.
Moser pulled one of them out by being there ready for that block that dropped down, but that dink was just a little too much to handle. Elston to serve. Rocklin ahead by 2 again, 15-13.
Moser in the middle to Reeves. She's going to push it left, and that ball's going to go out. All Burns could do is just lunge for it.
I think she was almost starting to anticipate that.
She was. You're right. You're right. She was already moving as soon as Caroline got the ball.
Yeah. So now Caroline's have to think of something else to do.
Well, that's it. It's a bunch of chess moves.
Again, too far.
So Miners give it right back to Rocklin, 16-14. No timeouts called in this game. Coach is letting them play. One game apiece. Could have very easily been 2 games for the Thunder. Or 2 games for the Miners.
Oh.
And Dolly going for the PAT at Hooper Stadium. Hits that one high and long. It's good. But outside the lines of the volleyball court.
I think it was outside the lines of the basketball court.
Allison Costello. Oh, I know. It was on its way to the stadium. Maraldi facing a big block, and they're going to call a double hit.
Yep. Yeah, that ball took a few turns on the setter. That's enough to get a double hit call.
So 15-7.
Into the net.
15-17.
Into the net by Rocklin. Our senior, I think. No. Kristen Dolly is at back serving. Too far. Tie score.
Go figure. Game 3. 17-17.
Rocklin coach out telling the girls to just kind of slow it down, slow down.
Up by Van Camp. Hit down the line by Nelson.
Rocklin team into the net. Boy, it's so hard to seal that net and not get too close and get called on touching the net.
18-17 now.
Good serve by Dolly.
Sagar with the quick kick. Worked perfectly. And a timeout is called.
That was an excellent dink.
So
and the Rocklin team was just standing there, just caught flat-footed.
Rocklin blinks first in the calling of the timeout here in Game 3, 19-17 in favor of the Miners. And Cody, what a great time for Jen Sager to turn around and just one-hit it right over.
And absolutely not anticipated. And the thing is, when you're on the defense, you're waiting for that slam, and so you're back on your feet a little bit, and you're not ready for it. And you stand there and just watch it fall in front of you.
Well, there was a big hole right out there also, right in the middle when she put it over. Really, nobody could get a finger on that ball. Where excellent placement by Sagar, and I think she saw that even when the ball was coming to her, that out of the corner of her eye, that there was a hole right there.
You know, she has eyes in the back of her head, which really helps. It's kind of an unfair advantage.
It is, and the league doesn't know about it, though. So they let the girls play.
That's right. That's right. Okay, there's the serve by NU.
Outside to Demir.
Oh.
Put it down.
That was remarkable. That was not a strong hit. The blockers were up. She saw that, so she just kind of tapped it over, right over the net along the side.
That's several times that she's done that tonight.
Very heads-up play.
So it's 19-18 now.
Barely over the net.
19-19 as Mosier dives for the ball. McAtee comes up to assist.
You know, a number of those Rocklin serves are just barely over the hit, and NU is having a hard time handling those.
Well, they probably practice against the hard serve.
Exactly. But I suspect after the schooling, they may find out that they've got a few things to learn.
As Nelson sends the ball deep, mishandled by McAtee off her arms into the back wall, 20-19. Rocklin Lady Thunder looking to close it out here in Game 3. But Morali says, no, not in my house.
She had so much on that ball, she hit it directly into the block. and it still fell in the hole. 20-20.
Yeah, it came off spinning.
I think we've done this 5-point game before. Does that sound familiar?
It's been a battle here all night long. Glad you're joining us here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Excellent volleyball action.
It's in.
It's in. Cody Reeves calling it. Had a clear shot of it there. Even had on the glasses to see.
Isn't that the truth? Okay.
I know, I hate getting old.
Hey, it beats the alternative.
Yeah, that's true. Not getting old at all. As Benamelis serves now. Outside to McAtee. Big block by Rocklin.
That's 2 big points in a row. Now it's 22-20 Rocklin. And they are in position to really push this. You wonder about that timeout.
Elston and Demir teaming up for the block there as Benamelis serves. Another short one. Just like you were saying, these balls are just going over the net, and now Bob Rogers calls his first timeout.
Yeah, those serves have been very effective.
And Coach Muscalera coaching a great game here against his former coach, Bob Rogers. Not former coach, but rival coach tonight, Bob Rogers, as we see him in action right there. Dave Muscarella, 8 years coaching the Rocklin Thunder. They've been to the playoffs many times. They've won the league a couple times. Never a section title under his tutelage, though, and he would certainly like to take this group of Lady Thunder where their team hasn't been since 1989.
Well, if nothing else, both teams are getting incredible practice for the playoffs. This couldn't be better.
No. This late in the season, having a game like this, a real test of your stamina, a real test of your resolve, a test of your determination, a test of your nerves.
If you make a mistake, can you shake it off and get back in the game immediately? I'll bet you one thing, tomorrow NU is going to be practicing those little short serves.
Maraldi, beautiful save. They're having a whistle, though.
Rocklin apparently touched the net. Nobody on the Rocklin side seems to think that was a very good call. Or disappointed, I can't tell which.
As Reeves comes bouncing into the game, oh my goodness, she was just bouncing. Outside to Burns, who puts it in the corner.
Question.
That ball was in the corner.
Yeah, it's in.
Well, that was clearly in the corner by at least a foot.
A lot of people thought I was out, but again, that doggone integrity of the Miners.
Here it is. Watch this.
That's outside. Yep, it's inside the line. Yeah, the NU JV corner judges are calling quite a few calls against the Miners.
Nice camera work by Josh Black, joining us again after a couple-year hiatus.
The wall.
Hit over by Smith.
Mosier anticipating the wall not working. And again, Sarah McAtee finds Mosier is really playing an excellent game. So many times the block goes up and Mosier is anticipating the block may not work. Maybe it'll fall down, maybe it won't be there, and she's there to pick up the pieces and has saved quite a few points.
Sagar to serve now. Oh, back set over to Burns. And she puts it where they ain't.
That's the game.
And that's game 25-22. The first game to only go to 25 in this whole match tonight.
Our producer, Mr. Duckett, observed that. Good call.
He's a pretty observant guy.
Well, you cannot get it. You cannot get any closer.
Let's see if he's observant about this. The NorCal Game of the Week being underwritten tonight by Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Reynolds. Hanson Brothers is all about aggregates, and their new facility in Colfax means that they have even more for your landscaping needs. Whether you need crushed mine rock, base rock, riprap, building stone, or large-scale landscape rocks, they have it all at Hanson Brothers, and they're there to assist you every day. Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Reynolds.
And also Weaver Auto and Truck Center. Tom and Matt Weaver have created a state-of-the-art automotive facility for you to enjoy in Grass Valley and offer the latest technology from Buick, Pontiac, GMC, Jeep, and Cadillac. The new Weaver Auto and Truck Center is also your official Chevrolet service center and now ready to service any Chevrolet car you recently purchased. Weaver Auto and Truck Center.
That's it. Tom and Matt Weaver, good buddies. Suburban Propane, they're everywhere. They play volleyball in the foothills in Grass Valley, Auburn, and in Colfax. They built their name and reputation on customer service, and that's why they've been named Nevada County's best many, many years. Nothing's more important to them than delivering propane your way, just like they have for the past 76 years. That's Suburban Propane.
And Casey Wood Corporation. The Casey Wood Corporation has been serving the needs of the professional contractor since 1990 with construction-grade lumber products for framing and plywood siding and custom doors and windows. They're also proud to be part of the NU Turf team, donating time and materials for the brand-new field at Nevada Union, building a better Hooper Stadium for the community.
And that is a beautiful facility right outside the door. They have the door open there for a second. The prettiest football facility in Northern California. And, of course, Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 10th season of local sports television, will be out there tomorrow night at the new Hooper Stadium as the Elk Grove Thundering Herd come into the stadium to take on the Miners in a key Delta Valley League matchup. Both teams are at 1-1 on the season, and a victory by the Miners would launch them up into third place at least. And that's where they need to be, as they're on their road to the playoffs as well. And so are the Lady Miners here on their road to the playoffs. Number 1 seed in Division 1 facing the number 4 seed in Division 2, the Rocklin Lady Thunder. Both of them Sierra Foothill League opponents in a dogfight here at the Ally.
Well, this is the way to have your end of the season, is to really play the best of the competition. This is what we were hoping for. And
when you went down there the first time.
Yeah, I think this is what the Rocklin team is serving up for the Lady Miners, is some of the best competition they've seen.
Well, and that wasn't the case down there at Rocklin. You said the first game was close.
The first game was, yes, it was very close. And then after Rocklin lost the first game, and you just kind of walked over them. So,
well, then Rocklin has learned a lesson.
Yeah. Well, you know, winning that first game, they know they can do it.
Into game 4 we go. Dolly.
Excellent. That's a tough one. You got a choice to either pass the ball up and get to your setter, or take advantage of the ball coming right at you and just slam it. Worked this time for her. Sager serving for NU.
Van Camp, now here comes.
That's out.
So game 4, Rocklin leading the match 2-1. NU facing elimination. I would have to say for the first time this season in a game 4. Has to go to 5 for the Miners to win it.
Rocklin team apparently put their foot over the line.
And that's so dangerous.
You can touch the line, you can get, but you can't put your foot all the way over the line.
And of course, I'm referring to league play.
Oh. Elston having so much air, Reeves could not put it over with the dink, and Elston just pushed it right back onto the floor.
So Demir playing a whale of a game for the Lady Thunder, set to serve. Miners leading 3-1 here. Picked up by Moser. Sagar.
Ooh. Nope.
The give to Reeves.
The timing was a little bit off, and she wasn't quite high enough to hit it down. Coach Larry Peterson giving Reeves some little fine-tuning their instruction.
He's good at that. Demir set to serve again. She's going to float the ball over. Miners having a tough time with that float tonight. Back set by McAtee.
Hit it out. Tried to go down the line. Frequently, the blockers will not block right down the line. They'll say, go ahead and try to hit the line, because it's so hard not to hit it out.
You know, I don't know if I like this all one set bleacher. Every you feel every movement on the whole thing.
Yeah, I kind of miss that sort of bouncy gum thing.
Burns.
Free ball over to NU.
Sends it over. Sagar, middle hit for Reeves. 3-3.
I guess
4-3.
I guess Peterson's advice was taken to heart.
Yeah, see the ball, hit it. pretty simple.
In.
That's an important part too.
Okay, Miners pulled ahead by 1 point. Good serve, ace.
First service ace for a while.
5-3. McAtee to serve. Yeah.
And ducking out of the way is Van Camp.
That was very close. That's a hard call.
That is, but she plays low. If you watch her set up out there waiting for the serve, she's crouched down. She's only a foot off of the floor.
So if it's over her, it's
over her, then it's going to be going out.
That's why she's libero. The big hammer taking a lesson from the Rocklin kids. Didn't slam it over, just kind of did that little tap thing into the hole.
She pulled out the little ping hammer.
Yep.
Okay, Reeves set to serve now.
It was blocked, and nobody picked up the slowed down hit.
Here's Demir now, outside to Kukrow.
Oh.
Seven to 5.
The brick wall.
Lady Miners on top, trying to pull away from the Lady Thunder.
Boy, you know, the first game there was some pulling away by a few points, but all the rest of the games.
Ace. The classic.
They just kind of watched it.
I got it, you take it.
Yeah. But except for the first game, the rest of the games, they've been just neck and neck the entire time.
Service ace by Dolly as she sets the serve again. This one's going to go to Kukrow.
Very difficult for the setter to handle.
Outside to Nelson. Lady Miners unable to handle that.
Both teams in the last 2 points have had a very difficult time getting anywhere near the setters, making it very hard on them to set the ball up for the offensive attack.
8-6. McAtee up. Sagar. You see the effects of Kylie Moraldi there in the middle.
Well, and the height difference, too. It looks like that part of their front line is not as tall, and their block isn't quite as effective.
Woodruff now set to serve. Here's back to Cooper.
Oh. Excellent block, but rather than turning it in to make it fall toward the middle, she just blocked it right back out from the direction it came, which is a little too hard.
Sky high for that block.
Out of it.
Kukrow now set to serve. Picked up by Woodruff. Sagar. The ball's going to... Oh,
excellent.
Nice save by McAtee to get the point for the Lady Miners.
McAtee she was outside of the lines of the court.
She was hanging on to the blue padded post.
And to be able to get it inside of the net and still keep it in play was quite an athletic accomplishment.
And we've seen plenty of those tonight.
On both sides.
Back set, Demir. Picked up by Woodruff, but he's going to go high and outside. As Moraldi comes in for a blow.
10-8, Miners.
No lead is safe here in the Ali Gymnasium tonight. Both teams showing the ability to come back. As Benamelis serves now. McAtee. Cross court to Burns. Outside to Burns now. She'll put it up. The big ball is there.
No. The spike never got it over the net. That wasn't a block. It was just the net hit it. So they call that 4 hits. That's nice.
It's going to send Sagar to the serving line. And she'll be way back, about 10 feet behind the line for her serve. Picks it up now. Dolly, little overpass. Sagar saves it now. Dolly sets it up outside. Goes for the dink.
Yep.
McAtee.
Very astutely seeing that block and hoping that no other Rocklin players are going to be under the block, and found the hole.
12-8. Burns picks it up.
Yep.
And I'd be calling a timeout if I was Dave Muscarella.
Well, he's talking to his kids, but he's not calling timeout quite yet.
13-8. One of the biggest leads of any of the games. As Demir sends it cross court. She's been hitting those cross courts all night long.
Now Bob Rogers goes out to talk to McAtee.
Seeing something that he wants to make an adjustment on. 13-9. Oh,
Very low
that one was
serve
going
again.
into the net.
Yep.
McAtee down. Kukla picked it up. Out to...
Excellent. Second hit went to Dolly, who set it to Reeves. That got your timeout called by the Rocklin coach. Score is 14 Miners to 9 for Rocklin.
Game 4 action.
This is life or death for NU.
Yeah, they're facing elimination for the first time all season long. They've had one 5-game match, so I guess you could say facing an elimination there against Woodruff, or Woodland, or excuse me, Wood Creek, who took them to 5 games. But they've beat everybody else by 3 games each. Nobody has gone more than 3 games. And here they find themselves in a Game 4 situation with Lady Miners on the wrong end of the Game 4. Rocklin stealing Game 1, coming back and from behind to win Game 3 as well. But in this game so far, the Lady Miners, I think, are rising to the competition level and showing that they're not going to go away easily. 15-9 now, another service ace. By Sarah McAtee. 16-9 now. Kukrow picks it up. Little dink over by Elston, but it's going to go outside. 17-9 now, so the game slipping away from Rocklin as they lose a little bit of composure. Van Camp picks it up out to Burns. McAtee sets this one.
Oh.
Sagar and Lady Thunder all
I guess
over
that
the
was
floor.
A dink. That was completely out of position, just get the ball over dink, and too hard for Rocklin to handle.
The timeout not doing anything to hold back the Lady Miners as they really seem to be in their element here in Game 4. Woodruff, excellent up by Kukrow. Out to Burns, excellent up by McAtee. Back, McAtee gets it.
Rocklin has had 3 strong hits
Off the tip there by Elston, goes over to Rocklin's side. Burns, big hit. Van Camp, excellent up. Burns again, she'll send this one deep. McAtee gets it. Sagar right in the middle. Reeves just free balls it over. Here's the outside hit for Burns.
Yeah, hit it outside of the antenna. Rocklin had so many attacks. NU consistently returned those things, and finally the Rocklin setter knocked it so far out, the Rocklin hitter was unable to keep it within the antennas.
19-9. That was the point Rocklin needed to turn some momentum here. Lady Miners get the point, though. Sagar back sets it now to Dolly.
Oh, excellent. Rocklin, the whole team was drifting over toward the middle.
20-9, and the second timeout by Coach Dave Muscarella. He's seen enough. Lady Thunder stuck on 9.
And the Thunder, they played all right.
No, they've been playing very good, but the last 10 points for the Lady Miners have come with a completely different change in attitude. You can feel it on the court. You can feel their confidence level rise. You can see that they're taking charge of this fourth game. They're not going to be eliminated. They want to push it to a fifth game. It's going to take Rocklin 5 games if they're going to walk out of here with a match victory tonight against the defending section champions.
Well, I think one of the strong things is Rocklin attacked and attacked and attacked, and NU said, we can return those. So it's not a matter of, oh, well, if you have a good attack, all right, you got the point.
Which makes it very frustrating for Rocklin, because here they are winning games 1 and 3. Lady Miners winning game 2 in a close match, 28-26. And now here in game 4, the biggest lead of any game, 11 points for the Lady Miners as McAtee continues to serve.
And on a pretty strong run.
Moser picks it up. Into the net is Woodruff. Burns now set to serve. Reeves picks it up. Sagar, middle set. Kind of comes off the side of Reeves' hand. Still makes it over, though. Oh, beautiful. Up. That was phenomenal by Moser. All she could do is put her hands up in front of her face.
Yeah, and Reeves just put her hand up enough to clear the net. Heads up.
Bang, bang play. As Moser comes off, all smiles. This ball's going to go out. Demir is going to be able to save it.
Very difficult to handle.
Maraldi. Now here's Maraldi again in the center. She'll be able to get a little bit better swing on it. This is going to be an overpass.
I get the feeling that Rocklin is kind of back on their feet a little bit. NU is now attacking and attacking.
I get the feeling they're waiting for game 5. Yeah, it was only a T120. Be sure it doesn't rewind all the way. Very good, because the machine will go off.
22-10, NU leading, served by Reeves.
I was going to mention that to you earlier.
Sagar with the pass to Dolly to serve. It's up.
Brandon Duckett playing heads up in the commander.
The second hit was so far off to the side, the Rocklin player was unable to keep it within the antennas in any meaningful way.
23-10 now, as the momentum has swung severely to the Miners' side of the court. Biggest lead of any game so far tonight. And all Rocklin can hope for is some magic in game 5 as the Lady Miners continue to pound the ball. Game point now.
This doesn't look like the same teams playing.
It doesn't look like the same game at all that we saw in the first 3. It's very difficult. It just shows you how difficult it is to keep that intensity level up for 4 or 5 games.
And that's one thing the NU has been able to maintain is the intensity right up to the very end.
Reeves bouncing the ball up and down, setting herself. Don't want any miscues here. Pops it up to Cooper.
Nope. That'd be a game.
Yep. 25-10.
Well, as decisive as that game was, it still comes down to a 15-point game.
Are you staying for the fifth? Okay, we'll come back here. We want to talk to you. All right, so while we await the fifth game, we'll let you know that the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten tonight by Nevada and Placer County Realty. They specialize in representing both buyers and sellers with services centered around customer service. Broker Rob Tiora and his assistant Georgia Dawson have created several dramatic websites linked to multiple listings of both Nevada and Placer counties, which offers you the widest possible selections of properties that are available right now over at Nevada and Placer County Realty.
And also, by Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, owner Chuck Cavros knows that nothing makes your car or truck look better than accessories from Top This. And Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with an in-store display featuring accessories from WeatherGuard, DZ, and Racket truck racks, along with a selection of chrome toolboxes, mirrors, and tie-downs. So give your truck some attitude and give the service you want at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
Yeah, I was over there yesterday looking at some boxes for the new Commander. All Seasons Pools and Spas. All Seasons Pools and Spas has new owners. It's Janaea and Kevin Klein, and they want you to know that you can expect the same great service just as before and just as well, including their new swimming pool and spa maintenance programs. So be sure to go and say hi to them, taking over for the Yarnjelli family. That's All Seasons Pools and Spas in Grass Valley.
And also BNC True Value Home and Garden Center. It's time to winterize your home and business with the help of BNC. At BNC, you'll always find a large selection of weather stripping for your windows and doors. They also carry rolls of insulation for wall and attics, and they keep your home warm with any number of heating devices. It's all on display in Grass Valley at BNC True Value Home and Garden Center, where help is always just around the corner.
Help! Help! There's Steve Pilcher taking in the game as we get ready for a final and decisive Game 5. One thing we want to mention is be sure to tune in to Channel 11 on Saturday, November 4th for the Day of Giving Telethon. I will be there on hand producing the show once again this year for NCTV Channel 11. Last year we were able to raise over $60,000 for local nonprofits. 12 hours of entertainment and information on NCTV Channel 11. It's the Day of Giving Telethon from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. right here in Grass Valley and Nevada City on your local station, NCTV Channel 11, the home, or one of the homes, of your NorCal Game of the Week, where tonight we get exciting volleyball action. If you're watching this, it's Saturday. You've just seen an exciting Nevada Union Elk Grove game, or maybe it's next Wednesday after the Inside Show. But in any event, we're into Game 5 action here, and serving is Demir for Rocklin. And they will get the first point as McAtee sends the ball long.
You know, one of the advantages of being in the SFL Power League is our power rating is 1.65. It turns out that if we lose this game, we are still in first place in the power ratings for the whole Sac-Joaquin section because of our league strength.
Right. These strongest, yeah, but they're not going to lose against their final game of the season.
Right, they won't lose against Roseville, who's won no games at all this entire year.
That would be the upset of the year. Mosier, Sagar, into the middle to Reeves, who's going to hit it outside.
That's kind of when you want those blockers to get a handle on sometimes.
2-0. Game 5 only goes to 15 points.
Yeah, if somebody gets a roll ahead, it's very insurmountable.
Rocklin,
another one of those little dinky serves.
Rocklin decimated in Game 4, coming back strong here in Game 5 as Burns hits the ball. Mosier gets a hand on it, but can't pop it up. So Rocklin coming out here in game 5, taking a commanding 3-0 lead. Lady Miners need to get a point on the board to change the momentum. There's a battle at the net. Sagar's going to lose this battle. Pop it up, though. Woodruff's going to be able to get it. Over to Kukral. Sagar tries to save it, and she does! Dolly sends it free balling over. Here's Burns now. Back set. Sagar out to the outside to McAtee, and it's in. Lady Miners needed that point right there, Cody.
Yeah, it looks like the Rocklin coach is talking to the down judge, taking issue with the call. But it holds.
Nice pickup by McAtee. Ball coming right at us. That was a great angle for me.
Excellent blocks.
So Lady Miners fighting back 3-2 now as Jen Sagar serves. Continues to serve. Powers the ball over. Picked up by Kukral. Outside now. Big block, but it rolls off their hands. Actually, it rolled off the arm of Reeves as they tried to push it sideways, like you were saying, against the grain of the block. That's going to bring Burns up to serve. And a 4-2 lead for the Thunder. Moser puts it up. Back set. McAtee. Too many M's. 4-3. And just like what usually happens, make a great play, go serve. McAtee serving. Long.
And he's been doing that a little bit lately.
Van Camp, she's got eyes on the back of her head also. That's the second time she's alertly ducked out of the way. 5-3 in a game to 15. Game 5 tied up 2-2 here at the Ally tonight. There's Demir to the outside. Kukral. Kukral playing the game of her life. As Elston goes back to serve. There's Woodruff. Outside is Kukral. Sagar to the big hammer. Oh! Big dig by Rocklin, able to save it.
That was incredible saves.
Kukral can't get enough on it to get it over the net, though, as Smith tries to dive for it. 6-5, 6-4 now in favor of Rocklin with Reeves serving. Demir to Burns, puts it in front of McAtee. She can't reach it. 7-4 now. Rocklin leading from the beginning with a 3-0 lead, maintains that advantage right now. Took the Lady Miners 3 points before they could get on track, and they've been playing even ever since.
Rocklin with the intensity now.
That's because it's game 5. They know they can steal this match, steal the game, steal the match here from the Lady Miners. Won't prevent them from winning the league, but certainly does send a message about Lady Thunder volleyball.
They went up the block and went out.
8-4, and Bob Rogers is going to have to call a timeout. The Thunder fans in the house celebrate the timeout call by Coach Bob Rogers as Dave Muscarella gathers his girls on the other side of the gym. Game 5, Cody. 8-4, Rocklin Thunder.
Well, you wonder if there was a factor of confidence, overconfidence maybe even by the NU ladies.
Well,
they start slow.
They've beat everybody by 3.
Yep.
You're going to have a certain amount of confidence after you do that.
Well, again, that first game has been very, very tough.
And of course, the first game winning with the help of the net on a powerful serve really set the tone here tonight, as Rocklin been able to come away with a big game 1 victory. Miraldi now. Sagar sets it up outside. There's Woodruff. Off the block and goes out of bounds. Sarah Nelson up for the block, hit her hand and just caromed off into the bleachers. That's going to bring up Dolly.
Ooh, just barely made it.
And Dolly gets her own net ball. The net plays it both ways, ladies and gentlemen.
That makes it 8-6. Rocklin ahead.
Dolly letting out a breath there after that last serve. There's Demir. Sager now have an opportunity to set it up for Miraldi. Excellent up by Van Camp. Complimented by one by Moser. Woodruff tipping the ball, coming back. Miraldi puts it up. And Woodruff dinks it over.
The standard volleyball is you pass it to the setter for the second hit, and then you spike it for the third hit. Everybody is hitting it the first time and the second time. It was just kind of a free-for-all out there.
Dolly continues service for NU. Here's the outside to Demir, up by Moser, perfect position. Woodruff tries to go cross court.
Yep.
Wanted to hit it on a sharp angle, and
she contacted the ball a little low, actually a little bit below the net. I think that's what kind of sunk her on that one. Rocklin's ahead 9-7 now.
Still 2 points up after taking that 3-0 lead. There's Demir, outside to Burns.
Soft over, maybe they can do it now.
Here's Sagar. Miraldi, nice up. Moser handles this one. Sagar goes with the dink again!
That was a sucker play.
Sagar, after several big strong hits, everyone was waiting for the next slam. Perfect timing to throw that one in.
Well, I tell you, those eyes in the back of the head are just worth their weight in gold.
9-8 as Woodruff serves.
Oh, barely over the net.
Yeah, picked up by Burns. Here's a back set to Demir. A little push. Moser up with one hand. Everybody in the way there.
Including perhaps the cameraman.
Including Chris Glass.
Yeah.
Woodruff actually not very happy with Chris Glass after that play. So Benamelis now.
Oh, excellent block.
Nice.
And a return.
Oh, boy, that one was going deep and nobody was there. Woodruff able to get a hand on it. This time she gets it again. Double hit.
Double hit. Miraldi talking to her teammates, trying to get them to focus and win this game. 8 Rocklin to Miners. No, 8 is 11 is Rocklin, 8 is Miners. They're only 4 points away from a win.
That 3-point lead early on continues to haunt the Lady Miners. And now it's a 4-point lead, and Bob Rogers is going to have to call timeout again.
Boy, as much as NU was in command of that fourth game, I think Rocklin has answered back.
Well, I got the feeling that Rocklin was giving up that fourth game just to get to the fifth game.
Take a bit of a rest, yeah.
Take a bit of a rest, just go through the motions. I didn't get the feeling that there was any sense of urgency on the Rocklin side in that fourth game. Already down by 10, already down by 13. Regroup and come back in game 5, and that's exactly what they have done here. And it's that quick 3-point lead here in game 5 that's the difference. +1 now.
Yep. That's the thing about the last game, only going to 15 points. You don't have much room to regroup.
No margin for error. And the Rocklin Lady Thunder has to feel pretty good about their chances right now, although both teams have demonstrated that they can come back. Sagar to Miraldi off the block. There goes Cooper. Can't handle it though.
She got it back in the middle and no one knew where the ball was. Everyone was setting themselves up to hit that third hit. And nobody went to where the ball was.
The up ref getting a little bit of a chuckle out of that.
Okay. Rocklin 12, Miners 9.
You got to get the points one at a time. Miraldi serving. Kukral. Outside to Costello. Outside to Burns. Oh, right off of the stomach of Woodruff. That ball hit so hard. Really nothing you can do about that. Well,
yeah,
hit
she's just
ball.
kind of smiling. 13. They are 2 points away. We are 6 points away.
13-9 as Demir sets the serve. She's going to send it deep. Woodruff's going to get it out to McAtee.
There we go. Barely touched by one of the blockers. Now it's 13-10. Sager to serve. No pressure, but you lose the serve, you lose the point.
Sager sends it over the net, sends it short, almost mishandled. And I think that serve set up the mishandling by Farron Smith there because the ball came low. They weren't able to get it up cleanly.
Exactly. And the setter never had a chance to get a great set.
Sagar having a great serving exhibition a couple games ago. Here's Demir now, out to the outside. The little dink picked up by Sager. Dolly now setting out to McAtee. She'll go for the dink, over the block. 13-12, timeout Rocklin. My, oh my, we've got some volleyball action here in the house tonight. One of the most exciting Lady Minor volleyball games that we've seen in quite some time. You'd have to go back to the NorCal finals of last year to see such an exciting contest. Back and forth and back and forth they go. 1 point lead now by the Lady Thunder. Lady Miners battling back from 13-9 at the time, getting their own 3-point run here.
I see the NU girls are smiling. As tense and as close as this is, they're smiling and they're having fun.
This is fun.
That's a good sign.
There's no doubt about it. This is fun. This is fun volleyball. This is championship volleyball right here. Van Camp comes in at the last second.
Hard to handle, hard to handle.
Burns, Van Camp's going to free ball it over, picked up by Woodruff. Sager now is going to go and get the second ball. He's going to have to free ball it over for McAtee.
Easy
Here's
set.
Demir outside to Burns. She's going to push it over.
There we go.
Sager now outside. He'll have a chance, but she dinks it. Saved by Rocklin. Has to step over a player. Burns.
Oh!
Blocked! Unable to get it, though.
And he was able to get a handle on it and slow it down, but no one was quick enough to pick it up.
Rocklin Thunder.
1 point.
Match, game point, and the serve. Serving for him is Burns. She's done it all tonight for them as McAtee sets it up. Sagar.
Got to get it over. Okay, regroup.
Van Camp now. There's Demir. Puts it
That's
down! Number 11, Kelsey Easton, and the Rocklin Lady Thunder run on the floor like they've won the state championship.
I think for them they have. Well, that's quite an achievement for them. That's an achievement for them. That's something.
Rocklin Lady Thunder ends the Lady Minor winning streak at 64 consecutive league games. Going back 5 seasons.
You hate to have it on your call.
And for the Rocklin Lady Thunder, vindication from a 3-game sweep down at their place where the Lady Miners came in and beat them in a very close game, game 1, back on October 3rd. So here we are, 22 days later, and 23 days later, and the Rocklin Lady Thunder come into the house and take a victory lap around the stadium. They're going to take 2 victory laps. They're going to get a penalty for excess celebration.
Well,
incredible. Some incredible volleyball here tonight. Not what the Lady Miners had expected, and you can see it on their faces right now as the crowds empty out of the stands. You can see it on the face of my co-reporter tonight, Cody Reeves.
I have no bias. No.
Are you gentlemen recording?
Well, Cody Reeves, you've been to a lot of Lady Miner games tonight. You've seen a lot of Lady Miner victories, and this one, they certainly did have the targets on their back. Rocklin, really one of the only teams that could beat them in the Sierra Foothill League, and what a credible display of power for them.
Well, it was excellent play by both sides. I mean, there's no question about it. And when you go to 5 games, it was anyone's match. And actually, you know, you think about it, it might be in some ways something that can go to NU's advantage, because now at the end they've lost one. It's like, okay, guys, you got to take this seriously, and this is from now on it's going to be tough.
Well, a lot of people in attendance here in tonight's match, and it's a Lady Miner volleyball fan. Tom Anderson joins us here in the booth. Tom, a pretty incredible display by the Rocklin Lady Thunder.
The whole quality of this game just amazes me, how well these young women play. I'm just wowed.
It was a tremendous, the first 3 games, really tremendous. Lady Miners, of course, kind of walking away with that 4th game, but as I was telling Cody, I got the impression that Rocklin had just given up midway through that 4th game and was just waiting for game 5.
It looked that way. They sort of lost their spirit for a second there, and that turned the tide for Lady Miners, but look at this last game, how intense that was.
And Cody, sometimes when you lose your spirit like that in a game 4, it's pretty hard to regroup it.
Yeah, but you know, they won their first game, and I still go back to what we've seen this season is NU beating the other team on that first game, and it just deflates them. When Rocklin won that first game, it's like, we can beat these guys. And I think that is what really carried them through the whole time, and they were attacking all the way through.
Well, we were into deuce at 24 at that game, and of course Rocklin winning that game on an incredible net play where the ball hit the net. We watched it in replay, Tom, and the ball came into the net and literally pushed the net a good 1.5 foot bend in the net, just right perfectly centered on the net, pushed it out about 1.5 feet, and then as the net came back, it popped straight up, and then as it came down, the net pushed it over onto the Lady Miner side.
And they didn't count it as 4 hits. I mean, what's that? Come on.
They're not counting the net.
No.
Now, of course, you've got some interest in the game, not only a Lady Miner fan, but you also have some ties here with your babysitter, right?
That's right. Carolina Beltran is my kid's babysitter. She's a wonderful young woman, and you know, having her being part of this team is just phenomenal.
Didn't get to see her much tonight in action. Of course, in a close game, you know, you're going to go with your best 6, 7, 8 players. Several girls not seeing action tonight for the Lady Miners, but Beltran, we've seen her many times playing throughout the season, and a big contributor. And Cody, you know, you're only as good as the girls that you practice with.
Oh, absolutely. And even when you talk about Beltran, she's frequently the first one in off the bench.
I've noticed that.
And what I tell you, it's just such a great thing when these girls play against each other. They continue to school each other.
Right. And she's a sophomore.
Yes.
And she made varsity, and that in itself was such an accomplishment.
It is, and of course, it helps bring you down here, having that local contact with the team, and and hearing about, of course, from her what the team is up to and what they're accomplishing. And big crowd here tonight. Let's hope that the rest of you can come on out for the playoff games, which will start on November 7th. The game tonight, of course, won by the Lady Thunder. And you know what? Let's get a word up here by Macie Cooper. Macie, come on over here. Macie Cooper joining us here in the broadcast booth, and what an outstanding victory for the Lady Thunder here tonight.
Thank you.
You were all over the court. Outstanding play by you. You guys didn't buy into the hype of the Lady Miners, it looks like.
No, we did really well tonight.
Now, what was the difference between this game and when you had them down at your house?
I think we just psyched ourselves out last time, so this time we did really well. We were ready for it this time, so. Well,
very close games. That first game winning 26-24, and then the way that it was won with the ball hitting the net.
I know. It was pretty exciting, that's for sure.
And it really just set the tone for the whole evening. Now, you come back and you win game 3. You have the Miners on the ropes right there. The wheels kind of come off a little bit for you in game 4.
Yeah. We just kind of let down. I think we, I don't know, probably psyched ourselves out again, thought we were just going to win, but we came back in game 5, so.
Now, how did you do that? How did you come back in game 5? Did you give up in game 4 and say, okay, we're just playing for game 5?
No, I don't think so. I think we started just making silly mistakes at the end. In game 5, we just knew what we had to do, so.
No, game 4, you were just giving it away.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a tremendous run, the largest lead of any of the contest.
Yeah. No, but it was a good game.
Well, and this is a great game for both teams as you guys go into the playoffs. It's nice to play this kind of good competition.
Yes, it's very nice.
Now you guys have one more game left on your schedule.
Yep, Wood Creek.
And
on
that's
Tuesday.
Wood Creek, and you've had some trouble with them in the past.
Yeah, we have, but we'll take it this time.
Well, this is got to be a confidence builder for the team going into the Wood Creek game.
Yeah, it is totally.
And, of course, Lady Miners, Cody, as we discussed, there's no way they could lose the league championship because this is only going to be the only loss that they have. Rocklin with 2 losses, but it'll be a battle for second place between you and Wood Creek when you see them.
Yep, it will.
All right, well, listen, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
In the post-game show. Congratulations to the Lady Thunder, and good luck to you guys in the playoffs.
Thank you.
All right, Macie Cooper joining us here at the Ali Gymnasium, where the Rocklin Thunder has upset the Lady Miners. I'd have to say it was an upset.
Well, I would say so, yes. It's considering that they beat them the first time. But, what I saw when Rocklin came out, they were I think Macie put it well. They were had psyched themselves out last time. This time they seemed more serious. They seemed like they were attacking, a little more confident. And when they won that first game, they were on a roll.
Yeah, they were, and they rolled it all the way into a Game 5 victory. All right, so that'll just about take care of the business right here, unless we go. Okay, let's get a word from Bob Rogers on the competition. I think Bob talking over there to his counterpart Dave Muscarella, and I think he mentioned over here that that he'll want to talk to us and. Yeah, I'll send it over to you. All right, Bob Rogers getting ready to join us here.
Can I sit down with you?
Yeah, go ahead, sit down. You got to be pretty tired or emotionally spent after a thrilling match. So many times.
I wasn't that excited about it.
Well, anytime you got to call timeout late in the games like that. Matter of fact, what game was it when we said, why didn't they call a timeout? And I said, well, they're saving it for 24-24. And sure enough, that's what happened. Very close matches tonight.
Yeah, I really thought, I haven't looked at the stats yet, but the errors we made attacking really hurt us. I think there in the last game, their first 3 points were all our errors. I think we served out and hit 2 out.
Right,
They had 4.
They took a 3-0 lead, which they had managed to maintain pretty much throughout Game 5.
Right. Yeah, that's basically it.
Now, when we were watching Game 4, of course, you guys won 25-10 on that one. I felt all along that Rocklin was just waiting for a Game 5. There's no way you're going to come back against the Lady Miners when you're down 23-10.
Actually, I thought Game 4, from the last 2/3 of it, looked like our normal routine, where we handled all the routine plays and got good swings and hit them in. The rest of the match, we were mishandling what has been routine balls and then hitting balls out.
You know, Bob, one thing I noticed was the Rocklin serve. A lot of times they had this little dinky serve that just barely cleared the net that we had a lot of consistent trouble with. And that seemed a different serving than what I have been seeing so far.
Mm-hmm. It was. I don't know that made too much difference, but it was a positive for Rocklin and a negative for us. You're right about that.
Well, that's not something you practice, the soft little serve just coming over the net, is it? Don't you practice?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we cover it pretty well. I thought Christian got in there and got a lot of those fairly easily.
Well, either way, we were saying early on that the match goes, and of course it's easy to say that because we're sitting up here at the table. It's a great. The Lady Miners are still going to win the league. You have one more game left against the last place team. I don't think you're going to be dropping that one. This does end the streak of consecutive league wins, but most importantly, I think it gives you a great game going into the playoffs where you can have a challenging match, which is something that I know that you were looking forward to coming into the SFL.
Well, up to now, the SFL has been a bit of a disappointment. In fact, their coach was talking about it. He says he thought that the league would give us a tougher time, and they did tonight.
They did tonight.
Yeah.
So,
but as you say, we have clinched the #1 seed in the playoffs. We have also basically clinched the league. I mean, we still have to beat Roseville, but they're 0-10, and we played our bench a lot last time and beat them easily. So I'm not too worried about that. I thought a big factor, though, is Sarah's injury. I mean, she's normally our best player, quite honestly. And
McAtee?
Yeah, and she...
Are you talking about the ankle from several weeks ago?
Right, she has not practiced since that time.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
And then in the last match, she played back row only. So her timing has escaped from her temporarily. I mean, I'm sure a couple of days of hard practice, but she has really not hit the ball since she hurt her ankle.
Wow, I didn't realize that she had been out for that long. And I remember that night that happened, we were here, and you thought, well, it's just going to be, a 2 or 3 day thing. Or
that's what we
thought
at the time. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it proved out to be a little bit more substantial. Well, a valiant effort by the Lady Miners tonight, Bob, and a thrilling game for the fans to see so many games, 2 games going into overtime, and just a great display of volleyball. I thought there were a lot of good rallies. I was really impressed with number 4 on Rocklin. She got a lot of great cross-court digs, and she got a good arm swing, too. She put some balls away. Yeah, she's got a vertical leap, too. Yeah, she looked good. Yeah. All right, good. I told her I'd vote for her at the All-League meeting. Well, you can look over there, and we'll tell everybody that we'll see you guys in the playoffs. Playoffs start here November 7th. That'll be your next home game here in the gym. Right. We've got a good tune-up tournament on November the 4th, a week from Saturday. And so we'll have a chance to get things ironed out and get back to our old high point. Lady Miners should be playing number 16 seed, but they'll still want to come in here and have a good performance. And then, of course, they play again on the 9th. So 2 games on the 7th and the 9th. Be sure to come on out and root on your Lady Miners. Bob, thanks for joining us. Okay, thank you. All right, Bob Rogers there in the post-game show here as the The gym clears out. I mean,
Yep.
we're literally watching the last people in the gym. Even only your wife and daughter waiting for you.
Yeah, there they go on the TV screen. Yeah, I think they're saying we got to get home.
Right. Okay, so let's remind everybody right now that tonight's game is being underwritten by Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Reynolds. The Hanson family proud to bring you another great Nevada Union Lady Minor volleyball season.
And Weaver Auto and Truck Center, Tom and Matt Weaver, support NU Lady Minor volleyball.
And Suburban Propane, they're everywhere they play volleyball in the foothills.
Casey Wood Corporation, the Casey family, is proud to be an NU family.
They sure are. And, of course, Nevada and Placer County Realty, Rob Theor is happy to present youth sports on television throughout the foothills.
And Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, Chuck Cavros and his family congratulate the champion Lady Miners.
And All Seasons Pools and Spas, Janaea and Kevin Klein, love to support youth activities throughout our community.
And finally, B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The Fowler family is a longtime NU supporter.
And, of course, by Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 10th season of local sports television. Be sure to join us next time as the Commander travels right back here to Nevada Union High School tomorrow night as the Elk Grove Thundering Herd come into Hooper Stadium after last week's dramatic come-from-behind victory by the Miners over Laguna Creek. Nevada Union looking to stay in the playoff hunt and, of course, win that Delta Valley League title, the inaugural season there, as you were panning the empty and quiet gym here at the Ally. Maverick King up there taking the high shot tonight. Good job by Maverick, especially on that play into the net. So we'll go right to the credits then, guys, and go ahead and power up the Commander. It still powers up, even though Commander 2 is waiting in the wings. Our executive producer has been myself, Gil Dominguez. Thanks for joining us tonight for thrilling volleyball action. Director, titles, replay, everything in the truck, Mr. Brandon Duckett. Announcers tonight, myself, Gil Dominguez, along with Cody Reeves, back once again in the booth with us. Cody, missed you. Thanks for joining us.
That's good to be here, Gil.
It was a lot of fun. Maverick King, Josh Black, joining us after several years of running amok throughout Grass Valley, and Chris Glass on cameras. Good job. Nice to have you back, Josh. And our office manager, Lynn Dominguez, taking care of everything over there at the center of the universe, the Touchdown Productions office in the Brunswick Basin. Production manager is, of course, Terry Hicklin, getting us all ready, making sure batteries are charged and tapes are labeled. Taking care of all of our cables and engineering duties, Paula Mikalski. And our accounting done by Aero Business Solutions, making sure all the dimes go where they're supposed to go. Big appreciation to them. Remote facilities, courtesy of the Commander. It's right outside the gym. Like I said, even though Commander 2 is under construction, and we'll be debuting that within a few weeks, I would imagine, Commander is still rolling on Nevada County Sports. And, of course, kept on the road all the time by Mark Hauser and all the good guys over at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Be sure to check out our broadcast times and, of course, read about all this volleyball game tomorrow in the Union. Brian Hamilton, Louise Caulfield here tonight, checking out the pitchers. And, of course, you can always reach us over at Touchdown Productions. We're on the Nevada City Highway right across from Albertsons, Suite 106. Or visit us on the World Wide Web at touchdownproductions.com. So that's it. Lady Minor streak comes to an end here as the Rocklin Lady Thunder take them in 5 games, but the Lady Miners still win the Sierra Foothill League title, and they're on their way to the playoffs with the #1 seed. So for Cody Reeves, Brandon Duckett, Chris Glass, Josh Black, and Maverick King, I'm Gil Dominguez saying thanks a lot for tuning in to this edition of the NorCal Game of the Week. We'll see you next time.